I was so locked in. I'm like, you know what? I'll either fix myself or die in here. I don't care. I have nothing to lose anyway. When I actually expose someone who's a piece of shit, I feel happy about it. If you hear the contradiction, like from this, dude, he's my brother. If they think that you can be turned gay, that means you are very likely not very secure in your own sexuality because you believe that you can be turned gay. So that says more about you than me in that sense. There is no one who is happy with themselves who hates on others. I kinda will go and open the profiles of the people who are like hardcore hating, and I'm like, I knew it. Let's say a dude with his wife with the bio, oh, love your neighbor, love everyone, and like some Bible verse underneath.
Yeah.
That's like my favorite one.
Yeah.
And in my comment section, they tell me to die and stuff. I am what the kid me would wanna look up to. That's what I'm trying to do. Am I alone? Am I the only one thinking like that? Am I crazy?
Was you living in fear as a kid?
Yeah, so much. Unreasonable amount of fear. I would cry every single day when I was a kid.
Really?
Every single day. You're a man, stop crying like a little girl, don't be a pussy, you know? All that shit, and you're like an 8-year-old who is basically being beaten to shit.
How did you get good at makeup? How did you know that you look good as a woman? Was it look? Did you research? You watch YouTube?
Honestly, at first I didn't look good at all. It's true. What? It's true.
Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me.
Welcome to another edition of the Pezzadox Show. I am Kyle Perry, your host, and joining me at this time is Vlad. How are you?
I'm fine. How about you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thanks for joining me. I've been looking forward to this one very much. Was it right to call you Vlad, or should I have said Natalie?
Honestly, either.
Either or.
Yeah.
As I said in the car, like, I find it fascinating what you're doing.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, it's. I think it's inspirational, to be honest. I've saw online that it's brought hope to a lot of people, and I've seen that you've also got friction, which we'll get into. The challenging comments, which I know from my football background. But how are you anyway?
I'm doing fine, trying to cope with the heat.
Yeah, I know. We don't have any aircon units in the UK, so it's pretty ridiculous. How's the UK tour going?
Honestly, so far so good. I'm alive, which is good.
Yeah, just about.
Just about.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, so far so good. I'm really happy with what we filmed so far, and can't wait to release it.
Yeah. So just touch on it so far then. I know you've been to Edinburgh, Dublin, Liverpool, Manchester. Let's talk about the highlights. Where do you want to start?
Sure. I mean, as usually, many things happen in my videos. One of those was the thing that went the most viral was the punch in Dublin, where the guy just threw a punch at me. And the most like scary part was that I've had like jaw surgery 3 months ago, and that thing needs needs a minimum of like 6 months just to heal.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the most scary thing about that I felt like I could have seriously interfered with the surgery with that.
Well, let's talk about that situation, to be honest, to start with. Because I saw that you studied, was it sociology and psychology?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's what
Oh, you
interests
did watch
me.
that video?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what interests me as well. Like, I'm interested in, I'm a people watcher in
Okay.
philosophy.
Yeah, okay. That's interesting.
And watching that situation unfold, it's got to be like a masculine thing where it hurts his pride.
Yeah, probably.
Because, I mean, okay, let's go back to the start. You'd say that you're a very attractive woman. That's how you'd describe yourself.
That's what they tell me.
Yeah. So from like current social norms, that's what you'd say a beautiful woman is. So, I mean, going back to the Egyptian times, you know, the Egyptians were the one who wore the dresses and had the makeup as well. But the social norm is now you'd perceive this look as a woman.
Yeah.
He's came on very strong. And then when you've done the reveal, let's call it,
the voice switch, yeah.
you could see the, I want to say, doom in his eyes. How did you see that situation unfold?
Honestly, usually I'm relatively good at reading the situation, and especially the fact that he kind of also had the assumption he asked, like, are you a boy or a girl? So I was like, okay, in his mind, he's kind of suspecting it. So he won't be too mad about it. In that sense, he's already suspecting it, right? So why would he get that mad in that sense? And so I thought it would be like a funny situation, one of those that you kind of laugh it off.
Yeah.
So I made the voice switch, and I told you, I'll let you guess. And he got really, really pissed and stepped back. And I thought that was the end of it, but out of nowhere, he just threw me a punch.
Yeah, it was quicker. Did he connect as well? Did he connect with the punch?
Yeah, exactly here. It was exactly on the jaw.
It's the last thing you needed at that
Yeah.
time. But did you carry on streaming after that? I think you did, didn't you?
I did carry on streaming, looking for the cops, which I couldn't find.
What, did he stay around or not? Did you see him after that?
No, I didn't see him anywhere, but according to my sources, he was a drug dealer.
Yeah.
So I guess
Yeah.
that makes sense, I guess. I don't know.
But it's strange, isn't it? Because, I mean, watching it on telly, I bet you're holding your recording there.
Yeah, with the selfie stick technically. So.
Yeah. But I mean, when you're watching it, it looks like a different situation. But yeah, he knows he's being filmed, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's the thing. He even like put his face into the camera and he was like,
Yeah.
oh, you're famous, like many years or whatever. So
I see the typical, like, pissed up British lads come up and join and put their arms around you and start singing. How do you find that situation?
honestly, that's pretty common, so I didn't really think much about it.
I mean, I wouldn't be able to do what you do. Like, going in, I remember watching the Vegas one you did.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, wow, you just need to, like, go to the wrong person, or not even go to the wrong person. The person just needs...
The wrong person can come to you.
Yeah, like you say, pretty girls walking around late at night. They prey on people like that, don't they? Mm-hmm. And that's why I think it's inspirational, because you bring in awareness to it. Which is that why you started it, did you say?
Yeah.
Do you just want to touch on that, how you started this whole thing?
So basically, I was in a relationship. I mean, we're still really good friends with that girl, but I was in a relationship, and she was waiting for me at a place for me to pick her up anyway. And it was like a 10-minute drive for me. And by the time I got there, she told me that all these two dudes were harassing me and they wouldn't go away. And it was like Sunday in the middle of like a busy place. So you wouldn't think that somebody would, fuck around like that. So I was like, really? No way. Do people really do that? And because I was already doing the Omegle bits, I was like, what if I could actually like do that in real life, but be able to kind of flip the tables? So I did run a few tests and it seemed to be working. So I invested more and more heavily into that type of content because I feel like it's really important and there is no one else really that does it.
So let's backtrack even further then. Why was you already doing the Omegle? Like, why was you...
Honestly, when it comes to the Omegle, I was trying all sorts of different content. And I'm a person who enjoys like fucking around with people when it comes to their head, and also comedy. So it was one of the things that I've tried and I really enjoyed, and I thought the content was funny, so I kept doing the Omegle thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it started.
Yeah.
As I say, I've been watching your stuff for a few years now, and it was you and the rapper guy, the guy who goes on and surprises people, and he says, give me 3 words, and he can rap really fast.
Yeah.
The American. But like seeing people's reaction, the reaction of that is just... it's phenomenal, and usually it's fun stuff, isn't it? Usually you get people who smile and laugh, and it surprises them. But why did you start doing it?
What do you mean? Why? I told you, like, I always wanted to be like an entertainer or something.
Right. Okay.
And I did try many different YouTube videos. I tried that. I found it fun. It worked better than others.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I think my point, like, I'm a creative as well. I love being innovative, and I've always got these ideas all the time. And how can I do more? But like, how did you get good at makeup? How did you know that you look good as a woman? How did you just, was it look? Did you research? You watch YouTube?
Honestly, at first I didn't look good at all. It's true. What? It's true. I didn't look good at all in the beginning because you gotta put effort, you gotta put time in to learn everything. How they do it, the internet. You can pretty much find anything you need there. So
Yeah. But it's like an energy thing, isn't it? Because now, I mean, meeting you and speaking to you and seeing you online, you're so comfortable in this form, in this, whether it's a character or whether you're representing the female form. I don't know. I'm sure we'll get into
that's
it.
the fun part.
Yeah.
That you don't know.
You're so comfortable, though.
I'm comfortable either way.
Yeah.
Like,
And
it
is that
doesn't
just who
matter
you
how-
are?
I'm comfortable overall as a person. Like, it doesn't matter like how I look like, where I am or anything. I'm just like this.
Yeah. But I mean, if I go out and like my shirt's too tight and, you know what I mean, I'd feel uncomfortable and...
Get it, but I don't really care about what people think about me. So
Yeah. So I mean, you just touched on it. Then you've had work done. Is that to support the gimmick? Is that for want of
you
a
mean
better
the
word?
word? Oh, you mean about the
Yeah, you've had
sexual
your
things?
jaw. Is it your jaw?
Honestly, I just feel better this way.
Yeah.
I did it because I genuinely like feel happier with how I look after that. I've had things on my face that I didn't like,
Yeah.
so I fixed them. Now I like them, so I like my face more. Pretty self-explanatory in that
So
sense.
you like yourself more as Natalie or Vlad?
Overall,
Yeah.
if I look at my face now and my face before, I just feel like overall I like my face now better, no matter what it is.
Yeah. Do you sometimes wake up as Natalie? Do you enjoy that?
I don't wake up, no.
No.
Like that, no.
It's an interesting question. As I say, I've had mental health advocates and sports scientists, and they say, you know, when you look in the mirror in the morning, you have to be positive and reinforce and be confident and tell yourself messages. No, I've never spoke out loud to myself or anything. I'm a deep thinker, but I'd be interested to know where you get that confidence from.
That's a good question. I don't feel like I'm getting the confidence from somewhere. It's more of the opposite, actually, of I don't have any reason to not have confidence instead of having reasons to have confidence. Because if you think about it from the other side, why wouldn't I have confidence? It's more of that thing in my
No, I get what
opinion.
you're saying, but it's more like society's always negative reinforcement. So you
Yeah,
always,
but
especially
once-
with Instagram, you know, to compete.
Yeah, but everywhere. But once you accept that's how society like behaves, and it's mostly negative stuff, and everyone is gonna judge you, and most people are gonna be assholes to you, no matter what. That means you don't have the control for that. Therefore, why even bother?
Yeah.
You know. So why would I bother if no matter what the outcome is gonna be the same? I might as well enjoy myself and do what I wanna do, right?
Yeah, but how did you get that comfort in your own body and your skin to be like that?
It's
Was there a
feel
moment?
I feel it's more of a realization. It's more of a realization that once you truly understand that you feel happier and you feel overall better with yourself, once you stop caring what people think, that's where it truly hits you.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you my situation. So mine came through grief. I lost my mother in 2023, and then my whole world changed and my psyche changed, and I just thought, I'm not fucking bothered. What's the point? Do you know what I mean? What's the point in anything?
Yeah.
And that's when my mentality changed. But before that, as I say, with the football thing, I literally had thousands of fans chanting on my fat bastard. I had, you know, I'd go on the internet to see how I played, and people would say I shouldn't be playing football. I'm not good enough. So it was always negative reinforcement about my weight or about that I shouldn't be playing football. So now you take on this other persona. I'm sure the comment section's crazy for you.
Yeah, every single time. But honestly, one thing that I've learned is that there is no one who is happy with themselves who hates on others.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've learned. Every single time that I've seen someone like hating on you, it's always some miserable fucker. Always.
I call it projecting. The projector.
Yeah, no, 100%. Because even like sometimes one of the things that I kind of do as fun, sometimes when I have nothing else to do, is that I kind of will go and open the profiles of the people who are like hardcore hating, and I'm like, I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
What, they're in denial
Like every single
with their
time.
sexuality or
Doesn't matter what it is, you can tell. So, and one of my favorite ones is that every single time when someone like is really hardcore hating and they're throwing slurs and stuff, and you open their profile and it's like, let's say a dude with his wife with the bio, oh, love your neighbor, love everyone, and like some Bible verse underneath.
Yeah.
That's like my favorite one.
Yeah.
And in my comment section, they tell me to die and stuff. Like,
They're like NPCs, aren't they? You can see them a mile off. You can like read them like a book. That it's the same.
well, in that sense, yeah.
yeah. But what about the good ones, the supportive ones?
Well, those are really cool. Like, plenty of them. I really appreciate them. So, yeah, thank you very
But
much.
a lot of it is middle-aged men who are confused with the sexuality.
No, funny enough, the demographic of the people who are watching me is pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Funny enough, anything. I couldn't mean it more realistically. Like, if I go to a convention or anything, guys, girls of all ages approach me. Like, I've had really old people, really young people, but like 90% of my demographic is around like 20s to mid 30s. That's like 90% of my demographic. But 99 point something is over 18.
Yeah.
And then it basically splits.
Have you seen in the UK that the under 16s are having social media taken away from them?
Yeah, that's crazy. Even though in Greece they're also like kind of doing that. The law has been passed. Yeah.
I think there is another country. I think it's Australia or somewhere who do it.
Yeah, I do.
Or Japan,
about
China,
that,
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not good, is it? Because it's especially like that's how people socialise now. The younger generations.
Yeah.
Instead of going out and down the field to play football, they'd sit on the phone and talk to the friends.
Yeah. And also that's how they would organize. Like, oh, let's meet at 6 at like the football field or whatever.
Yeah. And then they're talking about a digital ID in the UK next.
Yeah.
I know some countries do.
Yeah,
it's just constant control. Control. So it's getting all deep. Yeah. So again, let's talk about the look. Where do you get the look from?
What does that mean? Like,
well, the look like so. Let's say I don't. So let's start with. I'm not big on labels, but how would you label yourself? Are you a comedian? Are you a sketch artist? Are you a female? Are you like?
Oh, I don't really like labels either.
No.
I guess anyone can perceive me as whatever they want
Yeah.
in that sense. So, can you explain exactly what you mean by the question by the look?
Yeah.
'Cause-
So you obviously enjoy how you look,
Sure.
and you look good how you look.
Sure.
So I'm guessing that you enjoy shopping. So you've
I
got.
mean, yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So you obviously know what you're doing when it comes to shopping for makeup, for clothes.
Okay. Yeah. Somewhat. Yeah.
No, well,
You
it
could- you
is,
could say that,
unless
sure.
you have a stylist.
I don't have a stylist, but I have, like, as I said, the girl who I used to date, but now we're like really good friends. She does help me sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, the majority of my purchases I do myself, but sometimes when I need like a second opinion, she's the person that I go to.
Yeah. Okay. And what about sexuality? Is that a tough question or not?
No, I've actually answered it like recently. I'm bi.
How are you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And that's it's so fascinating. And can you do the voice?
Well, normally I do need some warm up, but I guess I'll try and do it like immediately.
No. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I need some water first.
No, that's good.
Yeah, it's kind of mid though. So usually it takes me some time to kind of get used to the pitch and the placement of everything. So yeah,
Is that an American voice as well?
I think so. That's one of the things that people tell me is that the moment I switch voice, I also switch accent.
Yeah.
Which is like really weird. But usually, like today is the first time that I even do this voice to begin with.
Yeah.
So yeah, I tend to need
Amazing.
I need to do it for like 5-10 minutes to
Yeah.
get exactly what I need. Otherwise, it's like it's rusty.
Well, this is a question. Is English your first language
No,
or second?
it's my third.
That's amazing.
Yeah, English is my third language.
So what are the other two?
Greek, Russian.
Greek and Russian.
Yeah.
Wow. So do you do this in Greek and Russian as well? Because I've only ever seen it in English.
No, honestly, I've done a little bit of it in Greek,
Yeah.
but not my cup of
So
tea.
why did you choose English then?
I mean, obviously, English. Well, the easiest way to put it is that my humor aligns way better with the humor abroad than within Greeks. It has a very particular, let's say,
Yeah.
type of humor, and mine doesn't really align with that very well.
I think the clickbaiting thing as well is the Russian name because
Yeah, I mean, it's not so much about the clickbaiting, it's more about something that's recognizable,
yeah.
right? Because also we're very like, oh, what's the word in English? Wait, oh my god, I cannot believe I've used that word a lot. We're very conditioned
Yeah.
to having this, like, they're a Russian weird person
Yeah.
who is like very
It's like
strong.
conformity.
Yeah, in that sense, like from Hollywood,
Yeah.
and whenever like the Westerners hear Russian,
what I was
it's
gonna say.
always heavy voice, some person who doesn't feel no
The
pain.
villains. The
Yeah,
bad
the
guys,
villain, and
Yeah.
that mysterious person that you know nothing about and talks broken English. And because we've conditioned so much that when the Westerners hear Russian, I feel like it's a bit of a meme that I could kind of capitalize on, since I can also kind of pull it off relatively well. So yeah, so
That's what I'm saying. 100%. Like your marketing skills and your creativity are spot on. Yeah, the whole Russian thing. Like I think that's why I first started clicking on it. It's like Russian. Could you get away with this in Russia?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. I haven't tested, but I don't think so.
Is there anywhere where you've been like, maybe I won't do it there. Maybe it's too much.
Like film real life videos, you mean?
Yeah.
I've had some ideas, but I haven't turned them fully down yet. So we'll see.
That's the problem with content creation, isn't it? You're always looking for the next crazy idea, and then you go down.
I have ideas for the next 2 years.
Oh, really? I just think you keep going down a slippery slope, and then you end up.
Now, the
doing
problem
something.
is that I have ideas for the next 2 years, and the way that I even schedule them in my mind, they are progressively like better and better,
Yeah.
and like have higher stakes, and they're more interesting, more to see, more everything. So I wouldn't say I struggle with that part when it comes to ideas.
I mean, is it right to say like the IRL stuff's relatively new? It's quite new.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't done more than 20 videos like that.
Yeah.
Because realistically, I've done the 4 in Vietnam. I've done 4 in the USA, and I've done like less than 10 everywhere else, approximately, of course. So yeah, I've done like 14, 15 videos IRL, which is relatively new for my channel overall, despite me doing it in 2024. And yeah, I've filmed a lot of new stuff like that. I've already like filmed like around 8 IRL videos, which I haven't posted yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I've basically all the content that I filmed before. I filmed as much now, but not as much improved.
Yeah.
Because I've actually taken the feedback from the people. I figured out ways to film that are way more efficient when it comes to not losing footage, my cameraman not being seen, and much, much more. So I feel like overall the footage that's gonna be released right now is basically.
Why have you evolved then? Why have you changed your content style? Are you still doing like the fun comedy sketches?
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
You just
I just feel like this is
growing your brand.
Yeah, I just feel like, yeah, this is like my brand thing, and also like this one thing that no one else can do. So if you're the only one who can do something, it's a shame not doing it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Yeah.
What would you say your brand? What would you want your brand to be? Would you want a clothing line? Would you want perfume?
Oh, if I was to create like a brand in that sense. Realistically, I feel like what would make the most sense for me to create would be either like makeup or perfume, something like that. I feel like it would be the most that makes sense.
Because there's only one of you, really, isn't there? So you can't be put really into a box. And I suppose it's hard to say you could represent both sexes, but you could see you on the front of Vogue or something.
If you say so.
do you not envision? Do you not have a mood board where you envision things like that?
I do have crazier ideas, but with actionable steps that I can take to get there. So, for example, as you said, like Vogue, front, whatever. Cool, I guess, could maybe happen if I really put my mind into it, but I don't really think of it that much, or I haven't envisioned an actionable like step process to it. But I have done that with other things which in my head are much more difficult, and but they would be closer to brand for me.
Yeah, because what is it for now then? Just the traveling? Are you enjoying the traveling aspect of it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying the traveling for sure. Now that I'm younger, I can do it, and I can film all around the world, basically. But I do have way more ideas, which for now, I do need to personally work more on some aspects of some skills, let's say, that I have. I cannot really reveal much. I don't wanna spoil anything, because I want the moment that I drop that type of content, I want it to be like really crazy and unexpected. But yeah,
Everything you do is crazy and unexpected, so
sure.
it's just another shock.
Sure. Well, if you put it that way, then yeah, I do have many like crazy ideas that you would never think I would do, but it's in the works. But I just need to get them to the level that I want them to be.
But this is what I'm saying, like how crazy are you gonna go? Like, what's the cut-off point which stops you? Oh, that's too much.
Realistically, I feel like as long as I'm alive, it's not too much.
Wow. Okay.
I feel like that's kind of my thing, that as long as I'm alive and healthy, it's not so much.
Yeah, because you've set up an OF account, is that right?
Yeah.
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 So does it include that? Is it like?
No, that's just an extra, honestly.
Yeah. So again,
because all the traveling and things that I'm doing right now is basically funded by the OF account.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Because if I would be, because I have 3 people with me, right? So imagine traveling to so many places, doing so many activities and stuff, like as a 4-people group.
Yeah.
And it's all paid by me. So yeah, realistically, without the OF, I wouldn't be able to fund all
amazing,
my IRL
honestly.
stuff. Yeah.
That's what I mean. When people say, "Oh, it's low-level fruit, low-hanging fruit," or it's beneath them, I think if it can afford you a better lifestyle, then why not?
It's not just about the lifestyle. My problem is that we never managed to get like any good sponsorships, basically because my content is considered a little bit more of a brand risk, despite how many like people love it and how much engagement it gets. But some people, just because it's not like a very family friendly, you get what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
There is gonna be like more real life situations, more dangerous situations, some not of the nicest language ever, you know. It's not like something a kid would watch. That's basically what I'm trying to get at. So many brands would kind of pull off from sponsoring it. Therefore, I have the ideas. I know they're going to be insane ideas, but I'm lacking the funding. So basically, OF is my funding source in that instance.
It's an interesting conversation.
Because imagine that I have a video which has 15 million views on a long form, the New York one, right? You know, since when I had that exact idea? 2023. And I filmed it in winter of 2024. It took me a year, which the only thing I was doing is gathering money just so I can do that video. Imagine if I actually had the money prior so I could go and film that video earlier.
Yeah.
I had the exact same issue right now with England and pretty much everywhere else I go, because I've been inactive on my social media for 9 months, right? And aside the surgery and stuff, one of the main things that I was doing is basically gathering money so I can make the tour happen. So that's one of the reasons like I was inactive. It takes me time because it is fucking expensive. Yeah. Really expensive.
Yeah. So what I was going to say, like, just thinking of brands, have you ever thought about getting into like Misfits boxing, celebrity boxing?
But nah.
Because I could like,
you'd
you'd have to fight a man, but
I could see it, but I don't really enjoy fighting.
No.
Because I want to do stuff that I enjoy at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That at least I have some fun in it, you know? fighting is more of a you'll do it if you have to.
Yeah.
But I don't find it
But
enjoyable.
people would pay. People like you get
Yeah,
six
peop-
figures to do it, and because you could go looking like Natalie, and it would just be fascinating for people to watch.
Yeah,
because the
I-
brains can't comprehend what they're seeing.
Yeah, I get it. Listen, if it's more like a WWE setting where it's more like performing rather than actually fighting, I would consider it.
Yeah.
But actual fighting, because imagine that if one thing goes wrong, your face is basically fucked.
Yeah.
And that basically disables me from doing all the rest of my content. So is it really worth it? No.
So why does it stop your content if your face is fucked?
Uh,
So it's the beauty aspect you enjoy as well.
yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Because a beauty aspect, either you like it or not, it's a very important aspect.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, look, I'm straight, but I'm comfortable in my skin to say that you look good as a bloke as well. So you obviously look after yourself as a bloke as well as a woman. Bloke, you understand bloke?
Yeah,
don't
I
you?
get it. I get the British slang.
Yeah, yeah. But again, I think what you do promotes healthy conversation, and I think we're living in a time now where we're constantly divided, and so in the UK we call it the left and the right.
Yeah,
and
100%.
And you're not allowed to speak about stuff because they align with this side and they align.
Mm-hmm.
I think the best thing we can do is communicate, and especially for
100%.
children, especially like the regulations and rules within schools are constantly changed. It's such a confusing time, and I think young people will find it fascinating. But I think now it's really good what you're doing, speaking to the camera, because you're educating people as well.
Yeah, to a certain degree, yeah.
Yeah. To a certain degree.
Yeah, because
that's not what you're trying to do.
Yeah, because I'm sharing the knowledge that I believe I have. I'm not talking on topics that I have no idea about, which sadly is a case that many people do, that they have no idea about the topic and they try and enforce their opinion, which is basically out of the blue. I at least think that I am speaking only on topics that I do either have a lot of experience in or I do have like some really deep knowledge on. Otherwise, I'll just realistically say, you know what? I don't know. I have no idea about this topic. So I cannot have an opinion about something I have no idea on.
It's strange, isn't it? Because like you are just being your unapologetic self. You are being authentic to yourself. But obviously now you fall into these communities, LGBTQ plus, and obviously it raises their attention and eyebrows.
Yeah.
How do you find they've taken to you? Because I know there's some which are challenged with what you do.
I mean, it's pretty divided.
yeah,
it's
which
pretty
you're gonna
divided.
get, aren't they? People are like that.
Yeah, but it is what it is. I mean, it's pretty divided. Some people do actually understand what I'm doing and can actually think outside the box, while others are what you would call extremists, both like when it comes to left or right. Extremism is basically what ruins it all, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And they think that, okay, there is only one way to do something and there is no other way to do it. So if you're not doing that, you're basically a piece of shit. That's how they have that entire thing in their head. So
It's like it's territorial for them, isn't it? It's like these are our toys, nobody else can play. And to
Yeah,
see
yeah,
somebody
you
like yourself come into the community.
yeah, so the moment I am coming here and I'm doing something else, something different that what they feel comfortable with, that goes for anyone, not just like specific community or whatever. So the moment you get into any community and you do something a little bit different, but something that for them it's so like there is only one way to do it, they start to get really defensive and they very often go against their own values.
Yes, yeah, that's
because-
exactly what I was going to
because
say.
It's very ironic to be on the one hand be like we should love everyone and there is no like, let's say, correct way to be trans or something like that, right? It's one of the things that I've seen a lot. But let's say if I come and do something, then many people wish me to get unalived.
Yeah, he's not allowed to do that. How can he do that?
But the thing is that weren't you the person who's saying that we should love like everyone and there is no correct way to be in the community or something like that?
It's only correct if it's their way. I
Yeah,
think.
so why is it only correct if it's your way? But if I'm doing something that you consider different in some way, doesn't make sense.
And
so I am pretty good at basically exposing irony. One of the things that I believe that I'm doing is like, I do expose things that happen when people think no one is watching.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's the human psychology of things. That's what fascinates me. You know, they say, 100 years ago there was hardly any gay people, and now we're at a time where there's so many different genders.
Well, honestly, it was the exact same amount of gay people back then.
Yeah.
The only thing is that back then, if you would say that you're gay, you would get probably your head cut off or something.
Yeah.
So it's not like nowadays there are more trans people or more gay people or anything like that. It's more that the people are more, let's say, not as fearful to accepting what they are.
Yeah, accepting, yeah.
Because let's be real, if we go like 300 years back and you come out as gay, you'll probably be killed, very, very likely. Yeah. Or at the very least be a complete thrown out of society.
Yeah.
Right now it's way more accepting. So it's not like the gay rates have went up. It's more like it's just safer to say what you are.
It's like
So I've seen that argument so often that I find it ridiculous. I'm like, there's no way people fail to understand that. Oh, the propaganda is making people gay or something like that. Like, no, it's not.
Well, it's women having opinions as well. There would have been witches back in the day.
Yeah, but it's
witches
the same
and
thing
burns.
that if they think that you can be turned gay, that means that if you're straight, it's an it doesn't make sense. Like, if they believe that you can be turned gay, that means you are very likely not very secure in your own sexuality because you believe that you can be turned gay.
Yeah.
So that says more about you than me in that sense.
It's such a fascinating conversation. I mean, I'll go on to like the ladyboy conversation. So I've had lads in football who, when the summer comes, they'll go, I can't wait to get to Thailand.
Oh, okay.
And like, you know exactly what they want to do.
Yeah.
They are straight, but that starts a conversation of like, what is a ladyboy? Because they are, again, well, the social norm is it looks like a beautiful woman, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it's probably easy for them out there, and they're getting their end away. I just think it's a fascinating time we're living in.
I mean, I agree, certainly, but I feel like if you're attracted to femininity, like, you're straight. It's as simple as that. There is no, like, whether okay, she's biological or trans, that's, I guess, just, you could even label it more as a category, you know?
Yeah.
If it's the same thing as saying, like, for example, I like meat, right? I could be enjoying chicken, I could be enjoying beef. It's still meat, you know, in that sense. So if you're attracted to femininity, you could be into biological girls, you could be into trans girls, you know? That's how I see it. Like, it makes sense for me because you're not seeing a man, you're seeing a woman. So that's what attracts you. Yeah.
So did you start this for comedy reasons, or did you start this because your subconscious was experimenting with your sexuality?
Wait, started what exactly?
Well, you say you're bi now, but you were straight, I'm guessing, when you had your girlfriend back in the day, or was you always bi?
I mean, I was always bi, I just had, like, a difficulty of accepting it, let's say.
Yeah.
It was more of a, I know I'm bi, but I don't feel, like, comfortable with accepting it. It was more like that.
So one of the previous guests I had on, Jack, he does skits on TikTok. He shared a beautiful story about when he came out to his mum, and he was crying, I was crying, and his mum was like, Jack, I know, like, I've always known, it's fine. But that release, like you just said, you've got to accept it yourself.
Yeah.
His release of sharing that information was everything to him. Mm-hmm. And I just found that fascinating, because everybody around him who loved him knew.
Yeah.
But it meant something for him to come out.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
So would that really, it's a bit like Batman, aren't you, or Superman? You know, you're like Clark Kent. Would you not say?
Well, funny enough, now that you're a Batman, I've had, like, some people calling me the Batman of women or something like that. I've seen that a couple of times in my comments, which is something between funny and accurate, something in the middle.
Have you ever tried to do something, well, this could be an idea, where you walk into a cubicle as Vlad and you come out as Nat?
It wastes way too much time. We thought of that, but there is no, like, reasonable and realistic way to make it happen.
Yeah. Not even with like your makeup team, the other side. You know where they do it on stage, where they walk off stage and
Yeah, but it's
not practical.
no, it's not practical at all.
So you've thought about it then. So the ideas are
We
always
we
going.
thought of way too many concepts and everything, but yeah, it's simply not realistic.
No. And
It's fine,
have
whether
you
it's not.
changed your hair as well since you've had work done? Didn't you used to have a fringe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but basically because I've had like a lot of stuff on my face done, my forehead was also one of them. And basically I used to use the fringe just to cover the forehead because it was like way too masculine. But now I can basically not have a fringe.
So do you like some of your masculine features? Do you like being masculine? If I called you a strong man, would that offend you?
It wouldn't offend me. But
No.
on the other hand, I don't really get offended by anything, so I don't know what that means.
But it just doesn't mean anything to you, if I say.
Yeah. I mean,
Because I saw some of the videos where you shock people and then you,
Yeah, I know,
you pull
but-
your muscles out.
yeah, but that's the shock value for the sake of the content.
Yeah.
You gotta realize that I try to make the biggest switch possible. So the more, let's say, opposite it is from what they've seen,
Yeah.
the more shock value there will be.
The contradiction of it.
Yeah, the contradiction.
Because the
bigger-
Vlad voice you do is quite... You go like...
Yeah, so you can hear how I'm talking right now. I'm talking way normally, but if you hear the contradiction,
Like from this.
dude, he's my brother. You know, it's there is such a big difference that even people who might have, like, let's say, assumed that I'm not a woman or whatever, they will still get scared just because of the voice switch alone.
Yeah.
So it basically adds all together.
You scared the shit out of me and all, yeah. I know, yeah. It's powerful.
So yeah,
It's powerful voice.
especially when I do stuff, as we like to say, for the memes on the videos, I always like to say completely random stuff that I come up with at the moment. Very often it doesn't even make sense, but I try and frame it in a way that makes sense just for the shock value again.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the funny part is that some people believe it, which is the craziest.
Yeah. So what if I called you feminine? Do you like that?
Thanks.
Yeah. But I said masculine and you said it doesn't affect me. But I
Yeah.
said feminine and you went thanks.
Thanks, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think it's just fascinating.
Anyway, because I've said so many random stuff during the videos for the sake of confusing the person I'm speaking to, and there are people who take it seriously, and it's just, bro, there is no way somebody actually believed that.
Yeah.
There is a video where I had like some fake designer bags like next to me. I had like 10 of them, and I was like, "Oh, this actually, my sugar daddy bought this for me. They're all real, blah blah. They're worth like 50K or something." And then I've seen like some comments in a completely irrelevant video being like, "Oh, about something like your sugar daddy." Like, oh, by the way, I've also said in one of my videos that I cut it off just because it's more comfortable that way, and we'll stick it back on later. I really hope somebody didn't believe that as well. So
Cut it off.
yeah, I say everything that comes to my mind the moment I'm filming, just for the sake of making a really weird for the other person conversation, because that's the most like. I really like, let's say, pranks and jokes that make the other person feel like he's in a spot where he doesn't know what to do. I feel like that's the funniest part.
Yeah.
Like when a person genuinely is lost and just doesn't know what he's looking at and he's just frozen is way funnier and than a screaming reaction or something, in my opinion. So that's what I'm really trying to go for very often.
Yeah.
Just make them be like,
Well, that's why I watch it for as well, because that split second is usually longer than a split second.
yeah.
But they don't know. It's like they're trapped in reality. They're like, what am I seeing?
Yeah, that's why
Okay.
I'm trying to and come up with the dumbest thing to say at the time.
Yeah. But what's the most scary moment you've had?
The most scary. Funny enough, it wasn't during a filming, and it was in Birmingham a couple of days ago.
Really?
Yeah, and
Wow.
the thing that made it scary is that it wasn't even during a filming time.
Yeah.
Because usually when I'm filming, I kind of have in mind as to what to do, and at the back side of my head, I know that I have people around me.
Yeah. And it's
So-
security that it's being filmed as well, because you think
Yeah.
the other person
Yeah,
would think twice.
No, because they don't know they're being filmed.
Oh, right, okay.
Because it's hidden camera.
Oh, right, okay.
Everything is hidden. So, but on that side, you have at the side of your head that, you know what, even if something happens, we still have it on video. So in that case, I'm safer.
Yeah.
because there is proof that something happened, you know. But a few days earlier, I had to like quickly jump to Tesco to grab some water before the filming, and I was like, you know what? It was like 10 minutes to come and go, and I'm, you know, I'll just jump quickly to Tesco, grab some water, be back, and then we can go outside and film. So I went alone, and like 1 minute away from Tesco, there was like a dude who was looking at me in a very particular way. And with how often this happens to me, I came to have, let's say, the skill of recognizing when someone is looking at me and is gonna follow me. I just know, like, my God, I don't know why I'm coughing. Like, if someone looks at me in 2 seconds, I can tell if he's gonna follow me or not.
Yeah. Well, as I
have
say,
developed that.
I've been in Birmingham, and I've been mugged in Birmingham. I've been followed in Birmingham. My brother's been stabbed quite locally. Like,
Damn.
you've mentioned some of the places you want to go as well, and I'm thinking,
Yeah. Anyways,
I'm not sure I would.
Yeah, anyways, so I saw this dude, and because I was alone and I already saw how he was looking at me, I walked into a store, and he stayed outside. And I was kind of filming the interaction, but I was filming it through the security camera. Because, you know, there is like a TV with security. So I was filming that to show where he was and that he's waiting for me. And the moment I walked outside, I already knew that he was going to follow me. So I very quickly exited the store so he doesn't like have time to stop me or anything. And I was holding my phone very like lower as if I'm holding it, but at the same time I was trying to have my hand really stabilized. And surprisingly enough, I got a perfect shot for like 70% of the time I was filming, because I was holding it like behind my hand. And he started following me. I walked into the mall. By the way, that's gonna be in the video because I did self-vlog everything.
Was it the bull ring?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I walk in and I go really far away. I look behind me. I see him entering the mall. I'm like, fuck, he's gonna follow me all the way around. I go all the way till the end, but I kind of ran to it, and I open my camera and zoom in to the point where he's not gonna see me, but I can see him because of the zoom on the phone. And I see him dead staring right at me and coming at me. I'm like, what the fuck? So I go into Marks and Spencer's, and I go where there is like the women category with lingerie and stuff, just because I want proof that he's actually following me, because he has no reason to come from a random street all the way to the lingerie section in Marks and Spencer. There is zero other reason than what he's following me. And I've noticed that he was even filming me. He was holding a phone.
Really?
He was filming me. And I kind of hid behind like some clothes and stuff. And I see him like he was looking around. He was looking for me. And I hid and he lost me. But I did get him on camera like while he was looking for me. And that was terrifying because I was alone and I didn't know even what he wanted.
What do you think you wanted though?
That's the thing. I don't know. It was very instant, because usually the average interaction is that they see me somewhere from far away. They might smile a little bit. So I kind of get that, okay, they might be attracted, but they're creeps, so they're going to be following me for the next 30 minutes until they even speak to me.
I think that's an interesting point. But walking around as a girl on your own.
But this guy was very different, because the way he looked at me, I couldn't like psychologically read him, if that makes sense. So that's also what made it really scary.
Yeah.
Because usually I know, like, okay, when somebody looks at me, I know, are they a fan? Is it a guy who is just attracted? But that guy, I couldn't like put him what he's and what he wanted. So that's also what made it scary. And the moment that he was even filming me like secretly and also looking for me, and I don't know. I mean, you'll see when the video comes out, but that shit was...
You managed to lose him now.
Yeah, I managed to lose him. I hid behind some clothes and I saw him like going out, and I just went down the escalator.
It's got to be a strange sensation to like not know whether they're a predator or that they're a fan.
But maybe something else. That's the thing. Maybe they're none of the two. Maybe they just saw my video and recognized me, but they hate me. You know, it's also that, because I don't know what the person knows.
You've kind of got a gift for it from what you're saying, and you can see from a person.
Yeah, but that's the problem, because that was a first for me. Usually I can tell, but that was a first. So my suspicion is that he probably knows me from online, but he doesn't like me. That's the closest to reading I could do there.
Yeah. Do you watch?
And also, while he was leaving, he was talking on the phone and looking around. So I was suspecting that there were more people there.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, is it like a group looking for me now? I didn't know what was going on, so I just...
Do you follow many YouTubers yourself? Because now there are these IRL YouTubers in town centres. There's so many. You know, they've got the everything everywhere.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Have you had any interactions with them? Do you engage? Have you film content with them?
I mean, with some I do. It's some I'm friends with. It really depends.
Yeah, because I'm fascinated by them. Again, the interaction of people with them and filming. I mean, big talking points of the immigrants, the people in the country and everything, and the filming the hotels, the filming people who shouldn't be here. There's a bloke called Edge of the Matrix who I follow, and he wears this rainbow board, and he said there's no such thing as a transgender child, which I think is fascinating. But again, only because of how passionate the left are and how inquisitive the right are. It's such a and again, I'm not on any end of the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
As I say, I would describe myself as a people person and a watcher. I just want to understand. I think that's my viewpoint.
Yeah, fair.
But I just, with your content, you've been doing it years now, and I think you started this movement, if that's what you want to call it.
Well, when it comes to my specific niche, whether that is cross-dressers or transgender women or whatever, doing like this more IRL style content, I feel like I was the first one to kind of start. Yeah. And in this specific, like more investigative videos that I'm doing, I still feel like I'm the only one doing it. I don't know anyone else who's doing it.
No, neither do I. What was your sleepover about the other day?
Honestly, we're just fucking around, like random stuff.
Yeah.
Like the schedule completely went out the window with that one. We're supposed to do like different activities and stuff, but we ended up having like technical issue on the... Well, it was supposed to be a sleepover with activities, but it ended up like one person was there, the other person was there, technical issues here. It was all over the place, so we just ended up doing fully random stuff.
I suppose my question is, I don't know those other individuals, but are those like you? Or... I'm trying to be careful what to say because I don't want to offend anyone.
I'll use the word a little bit of everything, I guess.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah. Oh, God, it's interesting, Annie. But let's talk about as I say, you're very good at marketing and creativity. Something I didn't know is that you have a team of people following you around.
Yeah.
When did that become a thing? Because
So we started the IRL videos with just one person with my very first videos when we were still trying out the IRL stuff, so we didn't know how to film them like without people noticing. We had main issues with that, so we had to do a lot of trial and error. But eventually, one of the problems that very often we run into is that the cameraman had an issue of having his focus on the camera, on me, and at the same time around him. So because of the way he films, I won't exactly like reveal what we're doing. But let's say that you will never see him filming you. It's a way that you might see someone far away who's not even looking at you.
Yeah.
But in fact, he's filming you perfectly. So the only issue with that style of filming was that he wasn't much aware of his surroundings. So I'm like, okay, he needs an assistant that his whole point is to kind of body block him and look around him.
Yeah.
Basically, he's going to be the awareness around him. So that's why I need one more person to be his assistant. And in some cases, depends on the location, they might need even one more. So they're a group of people there for like no one will ever approach them for any reason.
Yeah. People don't realize the level of detail you have to go to.
Yeah. And at the same time, I'm kind of directing the whole stuff, but it's a one-sided directing thing.
Yeah.
Because even if I'm talking to someone, I need to make them move or go to specific angles that are good for me for the video, that we're visible and everything, without them realizing it.
Yeah. So do you have an earpiece in?
Yeah, I do have an earpiece.
Too, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And you're mic'd up as well?
Yeah, I'm mic'd up as well. I have an earpiece where I get instructions as to what's visible, what's not, when do I need to stall. because very often the cameraman cannot find a good location. Many people are passing from in front of him. He needs to do adjustments, like move quickly to a different location. So he's like stall.
Yeah.
So in those instances, I simply like pretend like I don't hear what the other person is saying. I'm like, like, yeah, say that again. I'm just kind of stalling as much as possible in that sense.
It's a film, isn't it? That's your next idea. It's got to be a film. Like, I'm just thinking, listening to you speak. Then like Jackass when they hide in the wheelie bins or the
Yeah, I get it, but no, it's not it.
or Bad Grandpa. Do you remember that? one?
No, I don't remember that, but no, nothing.
Johnny Knoxville dressed up as an old man, and it was like IRL stuff, but it's an actual film. And they followed him around. He'd go in to buy a sofa with his grandson, and his interaction with public.
That's interesting, but no.
Yeah, you could do all of that stuff.
I could do, but my problem is that I have way too many ideas and way too many possibilities. So I gotta filter
I've
out.
got ideas for you now.
So I gotta filter out what I like the best and what I feel like it's gonna be the best executed by me.
Yeah. Can you share any of them or not?
Sadly, no.
No.
It's some ideas that I feel like by someone it could be copied.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't want to like reveal something that's it's like sharing where the gold mine is, you know. I don't want to do that.
But listening to you speak, I think other people will copy, but they won't do it as good as you because your level of detail.
Yeah, that's the thing. But even with people who are gonna copy, I'm already far ahead.
Yeah.
Aside from that, I'm also the first one to do it again. The level of detail, experience, and everything also goes into play.
Yeah.
So I cannot reveal something that will only get to possibly start be releasing like in a year or half a year, or
I'll tell you why more.
because I'm still like working on the detail and because I really want a good result in what I'm doing. So until I get that result and start releasing, I don't even know anyone to know about it.
Yeah, no, that's fair comment. But I was going to say, I'll tell you why my idea wouldn't work, because yours is based on the reveal. Because if you didn't do the reveal, there's nothing, because you're just a pretty woman now. That's it.
No,
Do you know what I mean?
No, it's not it.
Perception is.
No, it's not it.
No.
That's what many people might think, that very often my whole content revolves around the reveal, but quite frankly, that's not always the case. In some of my videos, I purposefully never reveal because I want to see, if I was a woman, how hard would it be of me getting out of that situation. So that's a completely different meaning behind it, which is awareness, but it's basically awareness on steroids. Yeah. Because even if I'm trying to get out and say no, how long will that really take me? Because one of the things that many people tell to women is just say no. So I capitalized on that specific concept in Liverpool. And there was one guy who kept insisting to speak with me, to sit with me, to hug him, to give him a kiss, whatever. I just kept telling me, no, go away. I don't want you. No, go away. So, but he kept insisting so much. I was like, you know what? I'm going to make this a bit. I'm going to keep saying no and put an actual counter on screen how many times I said and what ended up happening. You know what ended up happening? He threw himself onto me to kiss me after saying more than 30 times or something no. And the outro of the video is me going away and I'm like, yeah, girls, just say no. I don't know why. Just say no. It's so easy.
Yeah. It's fascinating stuff. Do you actually... How do you find that? So obviously being a man in situations and then being a woman in situations, do you see the difference?
Oh, 100%.
You do?
Yeah.
It's strange for me because I've never experienced that.
Yeah, it's scary, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't imagine. Like I say, I'm fearful. If I'm walking on my own through Birmingham at night, I'm fearful. So, and I'm a big bloke. So I can't imagine what it's like for a woman.
Yeah, it's really scary.
That's what I mean. It raises awareness.
Yeah, and with my next videos, I'll try to go more into detail of that feeling.
Yeah, I really do think you should do more talking to the camera, like you was doing by that lake the other day.
Yeah, I do plan on doing that, but I still feel like, as I said, I want to only cover topics that I really feel like I can talk about.
Yeah,
and there's not like an infinite source of them. I might invest more of my time to do it like on my vlog channel or something where I can just like open the camera and talk, or on my streams.
Yeah.
But on my main channel, I don't see myself doing that very often.
Can I ask as well? Did you have a teleprompter for that?
No.
Because you're so
No, I don't.
good.
No, I don't.
You're so articulate.
I don't. So that's another thing that I also used to do since my university years, is that I know what I'm good at and I know what I'm not good at. I'm terrible at like yapping. And what I mean by that is that, let's say there is like a project and you need to like write 20,000 words. I'm so bad at doing that because as a person, I always get straight to the point and I try to simplify everything as much as possible.
Yeah.
So I was absolutely terrible at writing. So the groups would want me for one reason and only. I was the best at speaking in front of everyone without notes. Because everyone would come up and be holding like a huge piece of paper with which they would basically be reading the entire presentation, right?
Yeah.
But I would be like, you know what? I don't even need a PowerPoint. All right, guys, so let's start.
Yeah.
And I would just talk around and I was the only one who could do that. Funny enough. So I wouldn't do anything throughout the presentation. Like it was a group work. Let's say we are 5 people, 20,000 words. The other 4 would read would write the entire thing. After they're done and they're happy with it, I'll just read it like once or twice. Write 5 bullet notes, and I will be the one who would do 90% of the presentation.
Yeah.
In that sense.
I'm the same bullet points and then
Yeah. So
I'm away.
So when it comes to that, like that whole video was like 12 bullet points, like topics I want to talk about, and then as I just would like pause the camera, I just read the topic, and I'll just keep going off the top of my head.
Yeah. It's about what's most engaging, isn't it? And I suppose when you're actually talking, people listen. Whereas if you're
It's not like I'm reading a script. Yeah,
if you're reading something, people don't tend to
it's
listen.
more like soulless.
Yeah, it's because it's predetermined, isn't it? Would you want to get into your childhood or not? Because I know it sounds quite sensitive.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I've spoken about it many times.
No,
already,
I've seen it.
Yeah, so it's
but
fine. Yeah.
It's weird talking to a stranger about it
it's fine.
in a room about
It's fine. Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So yeah,
Childhood talk.
yeah. So if you want to give me like a starting point where you,
No, it just sounded tough. Really, it sounded like a constant battle.
yeah, it was.
And that kind
Certainly.
of, I want to say the term, that makes you the man you are today. But, you know, whether you're a man or a woman, I don't
Yeah,
know. but
that makes me who I am today.
that makes you who
that's
you
that's
are
how I
today.
like to put it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So you do think it has a knock-on effect?
100%.
Yeah.
As I mentioned in that video as well, I consider myself to have a seriously unfair advantage because of that. Like, because everything was so bad, I consider myself to have an unfair advantage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I don't find anything difficult or scary in that sense.
Do you think you look for fear?
Yeah.
Yeah. You look
Yeah.
for an adrenaline. You look
Yeah. I was about to
Yeah.
say that. I even though my videos are dangerous and scary and whatever, I do enjoy doing them, not only for the purpose behind it, that of the awareness and all the good it gives, but at the same time, it gives me an adrenaline rush because I'm doing things outside my comfort zone. And I feel like that's very important. Because if you do things outside of your comfort zone, then as a person, you become more and more fearless. You get to have more experiences overall in terms of like everything. So
Do you feel more connected and grounded with things? So, like, say trauma or grief. My situation's grief the last
Yeah.
few years, and that's grounded me. And then trauma through your upbringing, that gives you an ability to connect more, to see things past the bullshit.
yeah, I can certainly like understand, but at the same time, it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, yes, I can connect more and stuff, but at the same time, when I hear people, like for example, quotation marks, crying about stuff that are like have such simple solutions, are like you or something that you shouldn't be even worried about in a sense, and they be acting like it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
I just want to punch myself.
Yeah.
So it's a double-edged sword. Yeah, I'm more connected, but when I hear something that's, I'm like, dude, that's literally nothing. Like, why are you so like dramatic about it?
But it's their truth, isn't it? It is
It
like,
is their truth, but that's why I said it's a double-edged sword.
yeah,
Because in my eyes, the solution is extremely simple.
yeah,
It's like it's basically a straight line. Like, what do you do to get out of this situation? It's as simple as that. But in their eyes, the world is ending. So I cannot connect to that because I know that bro, it's a straight line. Just do this and it's over. You know.
And
So-
then you have to decipher, figure out whether the world is actually ending for them, or unless they're pretending that
Yeah,
it
but
is
that's the thing.
for
If I
everyone.
can think of a literal solution that's as simple as steps 1 to 3, then it's probably not.
Yeah.
If it was ending, I wouldn't be able to think of a solution in 5 seconds. I feel like that's reasonable.
Yeah. I think for me, like why I'm so comfortable in my skin is I had a great role model in my mum growing up. She was fantastic for me. And I mean, like I said, talking about situations like this, I think every kid dresses up in the mum's clothes as well. I remember thinking back to this situation, I was thinking, have I ever done that? And I was like, I remember being 7 or 8 and my brother would put my dad's shoes on and I'd put my mum's dress on. And it's just, but I was comfortable then and I'm comfortable now. And I don't know whether it was my mother was my role model. And then I just,
Okay.
as a kid, innocence, we're all innocent, wanting to look up to her
Okay.
and then putting things on like that.
Oh.
Never really done it since.
yeah, okay.
As I say, I had Jack on and was talking about what's camp, and he was like, camp could be anything. It's like, this could be camp, you know, as a masculine man shaving your chest, that could be camp, or being like hand movement could be camp. And I just found that fascinating as a conversation, what camp is.
Okay.
Like, all these different labels for stuff and how labels change.
That's the thing, I hate labels for
Yeah,
that
I'm the
specific
same.
reason.
Yeah.
I don't like, as you may have noticed, I don't like putting myself in a box.
Yeah. And I think that's what confuses a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I think outside the box, so I wouldn't put myself in a box.
Yeah. I had a friend growing up who wanted to be a fire engine up until he was about 12. And
Okay.
like, we just thought it was funny, but he genuinely wanted to be a fire engine and all these labels. But I'll happily call you Natalie, Vlad, whatever, however you want to be
Okay.
discussed or talked about. It doesn't matter to me, but as long as it doesn't have like a negative effect to someone and people around
No,
me,
we're cool.
I just find it fascinating. But yeah, going back to the childhood situation, as I say, I was very lucky. Like, my mum was my role model, but it got to a stage where I started playing football and the environments I was in, I more or less had to fight every day. And that wasn't me. I was a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah.
And then that kind of toughened me up. And I suppose, and they literally said
Yeah,
that in
when
a
I was a
situation.
kid, I had the defense mechanism
Yeah.
because I was the only foreigner and stuff, so people would make fun of me. So I would like chase them down to kind of lock them down and make them say sorry.
Yeah.
It really got to my feelings back then.
But it's like you had the power to do that.
That's the thing. I didn't know exactly I did, but because of my lifestyle then, in what sense? Like, since 13, I was like carrying heavy stuff
Yeah.
as work. So yes, I did get injuries, but also get stronger.
Yeah.
So because other kids weren't doing that, I was stronger than them.
Yeah.
So when somebody would make fun of me, I just would run over them and pin them down and be like, sorry. You know?
Yeah.
But I was really emotional back then, in that sense that a lot of stuff would really get to my feelings, like when kids were making fun of me, because like I was very lonely.
Really?
And I felt like very different from everyone else in that aspect. So when I wouldn't fit in and people would make fun of me for that, that really got to my feelings back then.
So that's interesting. Do you feel less lonely now? You've got like the admiration of millions of people online.
Well, that doesn't change the fact that if you feel lonely or not. Like, it's certainly nice, but whether you're lonely or not, it's more of on a personal level. And thankfully, I have people around me right now, which I'm really happy that they're around me. So in that sense, I don't feel.
Yeah. So do you struggle with your mental health or not?
As an overall
So
question,
I think that's an unfair question because again, I think it's a bit like a spectrum. It's like
yeah,
it's like
I mean-
a muscle, isn't it? Some days it's good, some days it's bad.
yeah, for sure. But we're speaking like as a general sense, because if you're saying I'm struggling with a mental health, you're having something specific in mind. It's not about, oh, today I feel bad, tomorrow I feel well. It's more of okay, I have a very specific like thing that bothers me.
Yeah.
Right. And
Or a condition or
yeah,
something.
whatever. Yeah. So, well, I would say yes, and but it used to be much worse. I don't want to really like get into that way too much, but the answer would be yeah.
Okay. No, that's fair comment. As I say, I'm a mental health advocate. I've got friends through football who have took their own lives. It's strange because as a kid, you're chasing this dream, and the dream finishes like in your 30s,
Yeah.
early 30s, and then they've got no direction, they've got no purpose, they've got nothing to drive them forward.
Yeah, I feel like having something to look forward to is very important for every single person.
Yeah.
Like the moment you stop looking forward to something, that's where really the depression hits you, if that makes sense. Because I've noticed that with myself as well, that as I said, I do have some own things with my mental health, despite me not really like showing it, if that makes sense. And that's one of the main reasons that I feel like I'm so workaholic and I'm very active and everything, because the moment I stop doing that, I feel like my mind is getting clouded by this, all the stuff that I'm struggling with. So at some points, like after I filmed some stuff before I was doing the world tour, I really felt like this like depression and stuff was coming back to me, and I was feeling bored and disappointed of myself that I'm not really doing anything innovative and creative. Yeah. And so I did what every normal person would do, and I'm like, oh, you know what? Let's do a world tour.
Yeah.
So now I'm looking forward to something. And during this, I've also thought of the other projects that I told you about earlier, which is going to take like years and years on. So I'm looking forward to something. And I feel like by the time that's done, I will have something else. And that's basically what keeps me going to look forward to life, if that makes sense.
So this is the next question. Do you appreciate your accomplishments? Do you have the ability to go, wow, I've just achieved that? Or do you celebrate them, or do you just move on?
That's the fun part. I don't really celebrate them.
Yeah.
It's a really weird. I don't know if it's a really like weird thing to say, or it would even come off as narcissism of any point. But as a kid, I was like, I'll do it. I don't care what it takes.
Yeah.
I just know that it will happen.
You don't come off as narcissist at all.
I don't know how else to describe it. Like I was 13 years old, right? And I started like really dreaming big and stuff. And one of the things that I was I had like two dreams, let's say, right? And in my head, when I was like 14, the one would lead to the other in a way, right? So the one, like the biggest, my end goal or whatever, when I was 14, was like, you know what? I wanna go and do movies in Hollywood or something, okay? But I was 14 in a country that everyone thinks small. So the moment I say that to literally anyone, he's like, oh, yeah, keep dreaming about it. Like, no way. Like, what are you even talking about, right? And the other one is like, you know what? I really like being an entertainer. I want to be a YouTuber. And I'm going to be a really big YouTuber one day. And there is nothing you can do to stop me. And again, people are like, fucking no way. And everyone around me was the same thing. But it's more of I'm so determined that it's going to happen, that it's going to happen.
So do you believe in manifestation?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So imagine that when I started doing YouTube, I was at 180 subscribers, and I was so certain that I'm going to make it that I dropped out of university on my final year. Yeah. I quit my job at a 5-star hotel as a trainer. And I also quit my... Basically, let's say the studies and everything that's around me. You know what? I just went ahead. I put my resignation on the table, and it's funny because they were really happy with me at the gym in the hotel. So they're like, "Oh, you wanna like extend the contract or whatever?" I'm like, "Oh no, actually, I'm quitting." Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
We're gonna give you a raise. Oh, that's fine. I don't care. I'm quitting.
So you just doubled down.
And I was even broke as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I come from a really like poor background and everything. So like all of the money that I was making, I was putting back in. And I was like, you know what? I have 180 subscribers. I don't care. I'll make it happen. And basically, I risked all. And
again, it goes back to those like.
So in that sense, just because I kind of know that it's gonna happen. Yes, it is an achievement, but you will never see me like be like, oh my god, yeah, like, you know, anything like that.
It's because you had those survival mechanisms growing up, and that's what you channel your energy. Like when you're a survivor, nothing worse can happen.
Yeah, I guess probably, yeah.
So to drive yourself forward.
Yeah,
Who
probably.
inspired you? Who So what YouTubers were you wanting to be?
That's the funny part. I had like 2 people inspiring me, okay? And the second one was it's more of a situation of never meet your heroes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'll tell you the first one, and then I'll move on to the next one. So, the first one was like when I was like 13, 14, and I just started getting on the internet and exploring. Have you heard about I think it was Stallone's story with that he like sold his dog and he wrote like Rocky,
yeah,
something like that. So I read the story and I was like, dude was homeless. He wrote like something and he was so passionate into it and he was so certain about it, and because he did get a deal for Rocky and he declined it just because he wanted himself to be in it. And that was like a big hit. And I was like, this can I swear?
Yeah, it's YouTube.
Yeah. I was like, this motherfucker was in the streets.
Yeah.
He was older than me and he had nothing. And he believed in himself so much that he made it happen. I don't care what I'm going through. That's worse.
Yeah.
So why can't I make something happen? You know?
Yeah.
And that was my mentality when I was 14.
Yeah.
So funny enough, because I already wanted like the Hollywood thing, as I told you, I went home and I started writing scripts. I was looking into script writing, like the format, everything, like how do you actually write scripts? What's the format? Everything. I started doing research like crazy.
Yeah.
And English wasn't even my first language. I was still learning it at like school and lessons, whatever. So yeah, I did lesson. I wrote like 2-3 movies, which are still sitting on my hard drive, I think. But that was like movies that I wrote when I was 14.
Yeah.
So I have no idea whether they're good or not. I do remember one of them, and the concept as a concept, I really like it. But I need to revisit it as an adult.
Yeah.
To kind of improve it the way I want it. And where was I? Oh yeah. And the second one. Yeah, the second one with YouTube was basically I'll say it just because I have already a video on it on my channel with Airrack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So long story short, he did really inspire me to kind of start chasing everything, and because on his channel back when I was watching him, he did seem really genuine. He did seem like he came from nothing.
Yeah.
When in fact that wasn't true. And also the genuine part wasn't true, because he was saying like something on podcasts, and his real life he was doing something completely different when it comes to his approaches to stuff. But for some reason I did believe those stuff. So I did go to the USA to give him like something we made for him, because I really wanted to meet him and stuff. It was like at that point he was a bit like my hero or something. And it couldn't have escalated worse. It was the worst possible case scenario, but I guess I had to kind of experience that, because the moment I got back, I was so determined to succeed that I did it in a month.
Wow. Okay.
I'm not even kidding you. I came from LA. I owed like $5,000 somewhere there. Okay, I had nothing in my bank account. I was scared to shit, because I was like, okay, those people have so much influence. What if they like fuck me over somehow? I didn't know what to think anyway. Yeah. And I come back to Cyprus, and I'm just sitting in my bedroom crying, thinking that my life is over, that I seriously fucked up, and I didn't know what to do. And after a couple of days, I just walk outside. And I'm like, okay, I have to succeed. I need to do something. At that point, my YouTube channel was making like $200 a month or something. And I was...
How many followers did you have at that point?
At that point, I had like 50K, roughly. Yeah. Okay. But I wasn't getting like many views anyway. So, yeah. But it was around 50K. And I was making $200, $300 maybe. And I was like, well, you know what? I owe a lot of money. I need to succeed like now. And I have a friend. His name is Alex. Shout out, bro. And we made a bet. We're like, okay, this month, I'm gonna make $2,000 of YouTube alone, okay? Or else, because as you remember, I was a personal trainer, and back then he wanted to start getting fit. Right now, dude's a monster, by the way. Dude's a beast. But back then, he's like, okay, if you fail. There was nothing in it for the deal for me, to be honest, though I think about it. But it went as following. If you fail to make $2,000 in a month, you will come to me every day during the summer at 6 o'clock to the beach to train and swim at 6 o'clock in the morning. But if you succeed, nothing happens. But for me, it was something like a stake, you know? Now I have to make $2,000 in this month because I made the deal with my friend.
Yeah.
You know how much I made that month? Can you guess?
$2,000. More.
$22,000
Fuck.
in a single month
Wow.
from 200. And funny enough, that happened because when I was walking and was trying to get some inspiration, I thought of an idea that if you still go to my YouTube channel and press on the posts and scroll far enough down, there is a post that I specifically say, my next YouTube video is gonna be a game changer. It's something along those lines. It's still on. I left it on there because I'm so proud that I just guessed it.
Yeah.
And I upload the next video, boom, 1 million views in a couple of days. The channel started growing like insane. I was like from 50K, I went like to 300K in a month or something.
What was the video? Did you change anything, or did you
Nope,
just keep
it was
on?
still an Omegle video, but I thought of so many ways to improve it and market it better that I just felt it. I don't know why, it just came to me that I was walking outside, and the moment that it came to me, I'm like, holy shit, if this works, it's over. And I just sprint back home.
Yeah.
To check my ideas.
But what was it? Do you remember? Was it the hook at the start? Was it?
It was so many things at the same time.
Yeah.
Like I thought of a whole way to repackage and rebrand the whole thing.
Yeah, amazing.
And that was pretty much it back then.
I mean, I find it fascinating. Firstly, what a fantastic friend that is, by the way. You're still friends with them.
Yeah.
Somebody to challenge you.
we don't talk that often, but we
It doesn't matter. They're so important in your story because they inspired you to.
It was more that I was already determined.
Yeah.
And he kinda just walks
just that
in.
push.
Yeah,
Just that
you know, the
extra push.
slight push, the butterfly on the domino, you know?
Yeah. And I think sometimes you do need that.
So it's like, you're gonna do it? Okay, let's make a deal. You know?
Yeah. So when I started this, I kind of had paralysis with it because what if it's not perfect? What if people judge me? And, you know, because I was known for the football thing and then I did the band, I thought, what if it doesn't work? And then that's what stopped me.
Fun
getting
fact,
into it.
you know how I came over that? I was in Big Brother Greece, okay?
Was you really?
Yeah,
I
in
didn't know
2020.
that.
Yeah, 2020. And I was fully exploited, by the way.
Maybe I do know it.
I was fully exploited.
Yeah.
Because of my backstory, we basically had a deal. And I thought that, okay, if I get into the show, then somehow magically I could get like a better deal somewhere. Something might change in my life. Bollocks. Anyway. So the deal was like, okay, you're going to tell the whole story, even things you're not comfortable with, and we get you on the show.
Yeah.
That was the deal. But what I didn't realize is that they're going to portray me as this tragic character with a sad backstory. Oh, feel bad for him, keep him in the game. But I was the completely opposite in the show because that's how I am in my real life.
Yeah.
I was really fun. I was making jokes all the time. So they would never show me on screen because what they wanted me to be as a
didn't
character.
fit their narrative.
Yeah, I didn't fit the narrative, exactly. So when I got out of the game, when I got voted out, my friends told me that they didn't show you at all. And I'm like, wait, what? We had so many like cool and fun moments. They didn't show me at all. Nope. And I replayed the episodes and you could see me like only a couple of times. And I was like, yo, this is so stupid.
Yeah.
And then I kind of realized why people thought that I was basically, I had no personality or anything, because personality was fun and didn't show the fun part. And that was kind of my first realization that, first of all, I was on camera 24/7, so I stopped caring about that.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like, oh, the take wasn't perfect. I'm on camera 24/7. I don't even know what's playing out there. I don't care. That was my mentality, which was a great lesson, by the way. Then the moment I actually came out the game and I noticed how they fixed the narrative, I realized that how people can get manipulated by a simple like change of narrative, and I was like really surprised by it. So that's kind of where I understand how media works, in a way.
Is it media or is it psychology? So when you say, like,
Yeah, I mean, it's
you went to meet your star, the person you admired, I think you come back from, I think you needed to do that.
I needed
to come back,
certainly.
to have all the tools to be aware.
You know what's the funny part? That at the start of the video, I literally introduced him as the guy who kind of
Role model you look up
role
to,
model
yeah.
inspired me so much, right? And then I go over and I get fucked over so much. But at the end of the day, that fuckover took me to a rock bottom where because I was at the rock bottom, I had to like succeed immediately.
That's your Rocky story?
So that's the funny part, that despite him being an asshole, he still completed the premise of the video, which was the one kill. It doesn't make sense.
Everything a reason.
It's so funny.
Yeah, the whole fact that he was your role model, and then you went to see him, and he was the worst thing, was probably the best thing you needed.
That's the thing. That's the thing. For that reason, I don't hate him. I just don't respect him.
Yeah,
that's literally it. I just don't hate the dude. If he comes across to me, I'll say hi, but I don't respect him. It's as simple as that.
Same as me, like the bullies growing up. You know, they'd even say we're toughening you up, and they did. But I'd still help the kid back in the day who I was didn't go through what he did go through.
Yeah, but you had to.
But I had to.
Yeah.
And you know, I had these smashed 11 times, and I used to look a bit different. But it is what it is, isn't it? Yeah. I wear my scars with pride. I'm like a sword and shield type person. That's what I'll say. And it sounds like you are as well from your survival mechanism.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what's next for you? What do you see? So you've got your tours carrying on in the UK. Do you want to mention the places you're going to go to or not?
I know.
No.
No, I don't want to dox myself.
Yeah.
I'm only revealing the places I was or I am either on the very last day, so I'm leaving, it doesn't matter anyway, or after like the video release.
Yeah. What I will say is my end goal, my dream would be to write and direct a movie as well. I've got so many ideas which I'd want to, and I think this for me is a path to that. So like the movies at the cinema at the minute, Backrooms and Obsession, they're two YouTubers. Was it Get Out as well a few years back? The two brothers.
And it's kind of funny that YouTubers now make better movies than actual like studios and stuff. It's very simple, because the way you become a YouTuber is that you need to connect to the audience and actually understand what the audience is looking for. So by giving power to somebody who understands that, they get to make something that's very nice.
Yeah.
So, for example, on the completely other side, you know how now companies are basically introducing AI to everything? Well, when people hate the AI, and then just big companies after like years later are like, oh, we actually fucked up. No shit, Sherlock, everybody was hating it. Like Mark Zuckerberg with the metaverse thing. He spent $100 billion on it. Everyone was hating it. He still invested into it. And then he ended up just closing it and wasting $100 billion.
Why did he do? Has he closed it, has he?
Yeah,
Why?
he closed the metaverse. Because, like, no shit, Sherlock, everyone was hating it. What did you think was going to happen?
Yeah.
Same thing with AI now, by the way. He's being sued for $1.54 trillion. Okay? And one of the reasons, I'm not really sure if that's one of the reasons that he's being sued of, is that many of their platform basically fired like the majority of the workforce.
Yeah.
And now the moderation is being done by the AI. The AI makes so many mistakes. Even I lost a bunch of accounts because of it.
Yeah.
Right? And you know what's funny? Now all the people who lost their accounts without any reason, they're suing.
Yeah.
So that dude introduced AI to save money, and he ends up being sued for more money than what his entire company is valued for.
Money's just a toy to him anyway, isn't it? I mean, I've got the Meta glasses, Ray-Ban glasses there.
Well,
I had the Oculus as well.
It is a toy for you until you need to pay more than what you have.
Yeah.
Until you get bankrupt.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I seriously don't get how it works. Like, everyone is hating on it. People are getting banned. People are on the platform for the creators. People or their friends. It's one of the two. If both their friends and the creators that watch are banned, then they will leave the platform.
Yeah. It's stupid, isn't it? It's
so
counterproductive.
obvious. I don't know how they don't see it.
Yeah. But it's corporates, isn't it? It's politics. It's corporate. So, I don't know, but he went from Facebook, he bought Instagram, then he bought WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Then he turned it into Meta, then he started the metaverse.
Yeah, it's so funny that I don't know how, but if somehow one creator ends up being funded enough to open a platform, the other platforms are going to go bankrupt for that exact reason.
Yeah.
That the creator actually understands what people want instead of just rubbing unnecessary shit in their faces that nobody asked for.
Yeah. But that's the power of YouTube, isn't it? But this is what scares me with the UK government, because it feels like...
Yes and no, because YouTube almost did that mistake as well. Because YouTube encouraged the AI creators like a lot, okay?
Yeah.
You know what ended up happening? People ended up spamming shorts of AI generated bullshit
Yeah.
that will get pushed to kids. And people would actually log off YouTube because the only thing that they got recommended was like AI generated bullshit. So people were abusing the system to make money.
Yeah.
So more people ended up leaving YouTube with that creative freedom thing. So now they started banning everyone for that exact reason.
But like faceless content and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And yeah.
That
I
exact
always
reason. So that's the thing. They add shit nobody's asking for. Everyone is hating them. And then somehow they're like, oh, we made a mistake. No shit, Sherlock.
Do you panic when you hear rumors that they've changed the algorithm or they've added something? Do you think they're going to make it more difficult?
Not really, because at the end of the day, the algorithm is the people.
Yeah.
They want people on their platform. It's what people watch.
Yeah.
So as long as you make stuff that people are watching, the people are the algorithm.
But I think you've hit a good stage because you've grown a huge following on YouTube. You've pivoted. You've converted it to Instagram, to TikTok, to the other socials.
Funny enough, on many of my platforms, I have individual audiences. Like I have different people watching me on
They all
Instagram,
expect
people
to
on
see
TikTok.
something different.
Yeah, so yeah.
A different narrative. Do you do different stuff on different platforms?
Not really.
No.
I'm pretty consistent, at least when it comes to narratives and whatever it is that I do. It's more of the packaging itself.
Yeah. I never asked what your OF content is, or do you not want to go into that? You'd rather people subscribe
I
and
mean,
join it?
I do what you would expect an OF creator to
Oh,
do,
really?
I guess. Yeah, I do adult content, let's put it that way.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. I didn't
Yeah.
realise that. So
yeah.
is that? I mean, tell me to shut up. But is that boy on boy, girl on girl, boy on girl?
When
Maybe
it comes
say
to
girl or
when
girl.
it comes to collabs, I haven't done many.
Yeah.
Till
okay.
till day, I have done only like 4 collabs, and wait, is it 4? Yeah, 4 collabs, and the 2 I haven't released yet.
Okay.
So yeah,
And how do you find that?
it's fine.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Listen, I get criticized a lot, and for one of the main reasons I get criticized is for doing OF. Okay.
yeah.
But at the same time, the same people who criticize me for doing OF are the same people who are telling me that my videos are good and they spread awareness. But without the OF, there wouldn't be those videos because I wouldn't be able to afford them.
It's just a lot to digest for people, I think.
I know it's a lot to digest, but at the same time, you're gonna see that the videos that I'm releasing right now, most of them are gonna surpass the 10 million view mark.
Wow.
Okay? And that
On OF or on YouTube?
on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
I'm telling you, like the long forms that I'm gonna pull out are gonna surpass 10 million views.
Yeah.
And my channel has 2 million subscribers, so it's technically a big, big words.
But how do you know that? Just from your experience, or do you have
Yeah.
like an agency which says
I don't
looking
have an
at your
agency. I don't have an
metrics, you-
agency or
oh,
metrics.
yourself?
I am the metrics.
Yeah.
So I just simply, it comes down to psychology.
Yeah.
It's pretty much that's what it is.
In the UK, there's a lot of like, if you're an OF girl, like an agency or
Yeah, I know,
and then they'll have a
but
team of people.
Yeah, I know, but
Do you have that, or do you push yourself on there?
I am pretty masochist for doing a lot of stuff myself. I'll tell you that much.
It's what?
I am a pretty masochist for doing a lot of stuff myself.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, even the editing on my own main channel
really?
videos, I do myself. Yes, because I don't know, I simply cannot find an editor that can replicate a cinematic style that I'm going for when it comes to like my long forms that I'm actually putting effort
What do
into.
you use
Wait a minute.
to edit? What do you use?
Premiere.
Premiere Pro.
Yeah.
Adobe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there is a very specific editing style, specific cuts that I do that are very like my own like understanding of what that should be, and I can't seem to find anyone to do it, so I'll have to do it to get the result that I want.
What about training someone? Because listening to what you say about efficiency,
That's the problem. That's
and
the problem.
streamlining.
I've tried it.
Because it's all about
I've
content.
tried it, but I don't know. I simply can't get anyone to get into my head. Because on the other side, I get it because I have the experience, right? I built my channel from the ground up in basically no time. And I kind of got all those lessons in here as to how to even do that to begin with. So it's very difficult to train someone unless you're over his head 24/7.
Yeah. Maybe that's the next stage in your development. Again, I'll learn that as a footballer and transfer
I feel like I need to find someone who already has the feeling and the touch for it.
Yeah.
And they just need to be trained on your style.
What about your thumbnails?
The thumbnails, again, I came up with a specific style myself for the IRL ones, and they did pretty much great. So I do have a guy in Ukraine who does them for me. Yeah. But we've been working. The funny part is that he reached out to me when I was like still at like 50k subs, maybe even less if I don't remember correctly.
So take him on the journey.
And he's like, okay, here's a thumbnail for free. Do you want me to do your thumbnails? And I was like, you know what? That's a pretty good thumbnail. You're hired.
Yeah. But again, we talked about AI and the changes. How much now does that come into it? Because I work in marketing. I've used AI and stuff, and now there's a pushback from people, isn't there, saying AI shit or whatever. But
it is shit to a very big degree.
Yeah.
But listen, I have a very mixed relationship with AI. I like it as a tool. I hate it as a master.
Yeah.
So
100%.
I hate it when it's the creator. But as a tool, it can save you a lot of time.
Yeah,
because, for example, one of the videos I'm doing, I require a lot of data, right? So instead of manually searching for all of that up, I'll go to ChatGPT and tell it, okay, I want you to gather all the data regarding this topic from these 6 cities and present them to me in this way, etc., etc. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I'll just have like a table with all the data that I requested for, so I can use the data however I want.
Yeah.
But that data, to kind of find it, it will take me a lot of time, but it saves me time. So in that sense, it's a tool. But when they're like, okay, let's generate a video generated, I hate that shit, you know?
Yeah.
But
I'm exactly
the
same.
When it comes to like making minor touches here and there, basically, if the content is less than 1% AI, I'm with you in that sense. Yeah. So if it's like small adjustments and touches, like fine tuning, sure, go for it. Why not?
Do you watch your own shit? Do you watch your own stuff?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Are you happy with your final product when you put it out? Or do you always think...
Most of the time. Most of the times I am.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because one of the things that I watch my own stuff for is I want to see how, despite me knowing what's going to happen, how long do I watch and how long do I feel like I have watched?
Yeah.
So, for example, if I watch my own video and at some point I kind of feel like it slows down when it comes to how engaging it is, and I'm like, okay, I feel like I've watched 5 minutes till 10 minutes and I've watched like 4, then I know, okay, I gotta change something.
But it's different because you're editing it as well, so you've probably watched it 37 times already.
Yeah, that's the thing. If I watched it so many times and I watch the final product and I get that feeling, then it's a double down on what I already believe.
Yeah.
Because many times, for example, the New York video is a perfect video. The moment I edited the stuff, I call my cameraman and I'm like,
we got it.
10 million views, bro. And I was at 1 million subscribers. I'm like, I bet you any amount you want is going to hit 10 mils. The flow on this is so good. It has such a good flow, it's going to go.
Yeah.
And it did end up 15 million. So, and in that, for example, in that video, I've watched like, let's say, 10 minutes and it felt like 3 or 4. So, you know, the pacing is good.
Yeah. So is that experience from watching other content or just knowing your niche?
Everything. Both.
Yeah.
Both knowing the niche and watching other content. Because I'm at a point where I watch other content for just trying to figure out how could this be done better.
Yeah. Listening to your story and that, when I read that you dropped out your last year at uni, I thought, I bet you was gutted. I bet you was gutted that he walked away from getting his degree.
Yes, and my mom was very angry about it.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, it's always good to have a degree. And I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I'm never going to use it anyway.
But do you appreciate like your plaques?
The YouTube plugs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're like trophies, aren't they? The accolades. They're
I do appreciate
relics.
that because it's more of for example, I have like my big golden one in my living room, and sometimes I just stare and look at it, and I'll be like, you know what? The 12-year-old me would have been very happy right now.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
But you didn't think that with your degree?
No.
I bet you'll end up getting like a doctorate anyway. Do you know?
No.
You wouldn't take it?
No. I feel like it requires...
They do it in England quite a lot. Give them away.
Yeah, it requires way too much time. I feel like...
no, I don't mean like a special one, like your contributions to social media and what you've built. Like you can sometimes get...
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Like a complimentary one?
Yeah, I don't know. But either way... Yeah, I about the YouTube plugs is because something I've always wanted,
Yeah.
and always like little me always wanted. So I will sometimes just look at it and you know what, just have a slight smile on my face, like you know what,
It's something to be proud of, isn't it?
we would be very very happy right now, and that's it.
I asked that question previously about do you watch your own stuff. I remember watching stuff on Samuel L. Jackson, and he always says he always puts one of his movies on, whether it's Jurassic Park or Die Hard with a Vengeance. And I just love that because I struggle to watch my stuff for some reason, and I see that quite common with other actors. I think it was Brad Pitt or Leo. They're saying how they'd never watch their stuff.
I used to have that issue as well, but recently I quite enjoy watching this stuff. Yeah, and I also try and like think, okay, what could I have done better from all the perspectives, not just editing or anything. Like even if I was in that same scenario again, what could have I done differently?
So you're watching it with a different eye then. You're watching it to master, improve.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Or have I made any mistakes? Did I say something wrong? Could I have said something else which would lead to a different result? I like to make this kind of alternative scenarios in my head.
That's fascinating. Would you say, you talked about manifestation, would you say you're driven by religion or anything or not?
No. I'm an atheist.
How are you really?
Yeah.
So you're trying to fit it all in and do as much as possible?
Sorry?
You're trying to fit everything in and do as much as possible before you leave this world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I quite literally, one of the reasons that I don't care about what people think about me is quite literally this, is that you only live once, but as well do what you want to do, right?
Yeah. Dropping gospel philosophy. Are your parents still around or not?
Only my mom.
Oh, your mum is?
Yeah.
How did you feel when your dad went?
A relief.
Really?
Yeah, it was really, I don't know how to describe it, but basically I get a phone call, okay, in 2020. And it was one relative, which I'm not really happy that they're my relative and we don't talk, but that was like one of the rare instances, I guess. And they tell me that, you know what, your dad is dead. He died alone in his small apartment. And at that point, I did nothing. I'm just... I was literally like, huh. Okay.
Are you interested that relative called you to tell you? Are you interested that the relative made the phone call to tell you?
No, I don't care.
You wasn't bothered?
No, I wasn't bothered. I don't really care about that. But I felt like a very weird, like... How do you describe it? There is a very specific feeling that... I'm really struggling to put the words together, but there is a very specific feeling of relief that you kind of don't, like, imagine you're climbing a mountain, right? And when you get to the top, it's the sunset and a slight breeze, okay? But there is nothing else to it. And you had all this struggle, you get up the mountain, and you just get on the mountain and you're like, you know, that's it.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It does make sense.
Yeah, it's just, I guess it feels a relief, but nothing.
No.
It's a very weird feeling. I don't know how else to describe
How
it.
did your mum take it? The conversation with your mum?
Honestly, she's like, are you not like sad or anything? Like your father died. I mean, he was a piece of shit, but at the end of the day, he was still your father. And I was like, you know what? No. Surprisingly enough, no.
Strange, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess at the end of the day, he made me see him that way, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, later on though, I kind of did, in my head, at least to a certain degree, forgive him, because it's what we said earlier, that if all this shit didn't happen, I wouldn't be the person who I am today. Therefore, I should be happy that it sounds very weird.
It is strange,
It sounds really weird and might even say bad to some level. But if I didn't have all those bad experiences, I wouldn't be so driven and be who I am today. Because I've talked about it on another podcast that the interviewer actually made a very good point. He said, have you ever thought about that you're basically taking revenge on the type of man that hurt your mother. And I actually sat there and I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? That actually makes sense, because a very small, like, something within me, when I actually expose someone who's a piece of shit, I feel happy about it.
Yeah.
Because my dad would hurt my mom a lot. And when I expose someone who's a piece of shit and is like hunting and preying on women, you know, and is make them feel unsafe, like my mom felt, and scared, and I put them like in their place, if that makes sense, it kind of gives me a satisfaction or adrenaline rush that, you know, like, take that, you piece of shit.
The subconscious is so powerful, isn't
Yeah,
it?
so after that interviewer said that, I'm like, you know what? That actually does make a lot of sense, and that could be happening in my
Is
subconscious.
it like hurt this woman? Is that what it is? For you, like your subconscious saying, try and hurt this woman, Dad?
No, it's mostly because I've seen my entire life and I've seen everything through my mother's side. Because every time that, for example, he would beat her or he would scream at her, I would be the one who would sit in the same room with her crying. He would go out in drinking and gambling. You know, whenever he would do something, she would sit at home and I would sit at home and I would watch her. But for example, in an alternative universe, he could be taking me with him. So I would see the life from his point of view. But I saw how badly my mother had it. So I grew sympathy in that. And in a way, I grew to hate that type of man.
Yeah. It's so interesting. I had a very different situation. I had a great upbringing. My dad was a facilitator, worked long hours. My mum and dad were always together, great role models.
Yeah.
My mum passed away. My dad completely changed.
I wouldn't imagine what that's like.
Yeah, but now I'm seeing from the other side. So he went straight to being catfished straight away, sending money to a woman in Ghana online, sending his whole pension, sending his whole life savings.
Oh my God.
Tried to put the family home in a name, never met her. And now I've like, so I have to describe it as I lost my mum and my dad in the same moment, but my dad's still around. He's just a different person.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
So that's a strange one for me, because I had great role models growing up, and now I've had the worst of the worst. But I'm so thankful for what I had. I'm able to deal with. That's okay. Just accept it for what it is.
I see it. Yeah.
But yeah, we don't speak really. He'll come and feed the dogs if I needed to him, and I'll go and feed his.
Yeah.
But it's sad because I had I was blessed. I had such a good family environment, and now that was taken away from me.
Yeah.
This is a right trauma dump. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Damn. Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to discuss or talk about? We want to get off your chest, or
Honestly, it's more of a, like, you bring up a topic and I extend onto it.
I did have a load of notes.
I don't know if you want, like, to extend onto it or, like, mention something and I'll take it from there.
I think you're a good talker, to be honest. You say you're not off the cuff, but I could see you doing a podcast.
I thought of it.
It's just another thing, though, isn't it?
It's just another thing. Yeah, it's more of a, okay, when I ran out of ideas, I might as well do a podcast. You know what? When I'm bored,
thanks, I appreciate that.
When I'm reached to a point where I don't have any other ideas and I'm kind of bored, I'll be like, you know what? Might as well do a podcast. Why not?
Because sometimes you feel like a slave to the content, don't you? And you have to keep churning it out.
No, I don't.
Don't you? Do you not
No,
really?
I'm actually enjoying it.
Oh, really? Because it's an adventure as well for you, isn't it?
Yeah. Because, as I said, it's full of adrenaline. I get to meet people, go places. So I wouldn't call myself a slave to the content by any means. This is literally what I wanted to do my whole life.
Yeah.
So I have the blessing of being able to do what I love, make good money out of it, travel the world, meet people, and bring joy to others, and also, like, bring awareness and do something important. Like, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
So I would consider myself a piece of shit if I thought that you know what, I'm doing this because I'm forced to.
Have you saw like Mr. Beast do this philanthropy stuff where he's building wells in Africa and he's set his own charity? Is that one step too far for you? I'm not asking you to build wells.
I don't know. But... Yeah, I get it. But when it comes to, like, philanthropy, I feel very weird and it feels way too out of my character
bit
to
narcissistic.
to kind of
Narcissistic.
help someone and put it on camera. In that, I don't know. It feels very weird because
Yeah.
imagine you're in the place of a homeless person on the street, right? And somebody gives you food, and there is a camera there filming you, and you have to take it and look grateful for it. I cannot imagine how terrible, like a subject that person feels like. That I'm like a prop in the video.
But
You know what?
That's your narrative, because
It
sometimes
is-
they're just thankful.
I
that somebody's
know,
helped.
but the fact that you have a camera in
I
the
couldn't do it. Yeah.
I don't know. I
Where
couldn't
people
do
go up
it.
to homeless people and say, "There's a drink, there's a food." Go and
Yeah, I know, but it's a different feeling when there is like a camera in your face. So you don't even know if the person who is doing that because they're genuinely a good person or because they wanna grow their social media following or whatever. You know, it's a very dark topic in my
But
opinion.
what do people help other people? And
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
usually to make themselves feel good.
Yeah, certainly it's better than not helping, right? But it's not something that I would feel comfortable with doing it.
But it is usually to make the self feel good.
Probably.
And if
I
they
don't
put it
know.
online,
I
it
don't know.
shows.
For me, it just feels weird because I can imagine myself being like in a very bad spot, and because you know what? It's not that far off, but it's the same thing as how I was exploited on Big Brother. You know, bad background. You could say that okay, I'm a person in need or whatever because technically I was. That's why I went on the show, and they exploited me and they put a camera on my face and they're like, okay, now you have to cry and show that you're sad about it.
Yeah.
So, and it's the same logic that, oh, I'm giving you money, cry or feel thankful for it. It's a very similar topic. And I feel because I hated it, the fact that I was just another prop for that instance. So I've never thought about it till now, but it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
So just because I hated that, I feel like that's the reason that I wouldn't do it.
You're in control of your own destiny now, though, aren't you? That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
If you believe in destiny, I don't know. Is that a religious thing, destiny?
Honestly, I don't care if it's a religious or not.
Yeah.
But I certainly believe in manifestation, and maybe if you manifest something enough, maybe you're destined to do it. I don't know if that makes sense.
I've had religious people on, and they say manifestation's the devil in disguise. They say it's
Really?
Yeah, they say it's
Really? I've
it's
never
evil.
heard about it.
Yeah, they say it's evil, but because they say a prayer, you shouldn't ask for anything, and they say manifestation is asking for something, and I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I don't agree with that
I
either.
believe
I
in
don't see it as asking. I see it as something that I want so much that I'm gonna move earth and water in order to get there.
Love it, yeah.
That's how I see it. Funny enough, I made even one video already with exactly what I'm gonna achieve by a specific time point.
Really?
Yeah, and just to prove the manifestation, I'm gonna be like, okay, this is the result. This is the number of subscribers that I have by the time I do this.
Tell us then.
I have a video like that, and be like, you know what? Based on my current stats, that shouldn't be realistic,
Really?
but I'll do it just because I can.
Yeah.
Just that's the power of like actually manifesting and really believing into something. Because also, if you've watched the video, I did have issues both with my knees and my wrists.
No, I missed that.
Oh, you missed that.
Yeah.
So because of the weight that I was moving like over a ton worth of stuff a day as a 13-year-old. That fucked my wrists.
Yeah, well, it's gonna, yeah.
Yeah. So
As a kid growing as
yeah,
well.
as a kid growing, I could, if I did this, I would feel pain.
Yeah.
And it was so miserable because I felt like I'm a kid. I've already done like damage to my body. What the hell am I doing?
arthritis or something.
Yeah, and
Tendonitis.
right here I had a very big issue because I fell and there was like not a rock. It was like a rocky ground. I don't know how to describe it, but it was a tough surface anyway.
Yeah.
And I fell right here. Basically, the edge of a rock went in the middle of my knee, and I couldn't even stand up. I was immediately taken to the doctor. The doctor said that I need to keep doing visits to him, and I did. And after like a couple of months that I still had enormous pain and stuff, he said that as you grow up, it will get better, but that's like a chronic problem you'll have your entire life.
Are you still suffering from it?
I'll get to that now. So, when I was 18 years old, we have a mandatory military service in Cyprus. So
Oh,
I did,
wow.
yeah, I did go to the army, but because I was so depressed, I was fat. Okay, I was over 100 kilos.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, and I looked nothing like I am now. Obviously, yeah. Sorry. And one of the things that you need to do in the army is march.
Yeah.
Like on to, you know, do that thing all the time. And spoiler alert, I do have this issue a lot. So I did that a couple of times and it was so painful. I literally was standing and I started crying.
Yeah.
And not just that, after, because you need to stand like for an hour, you know, like after standing for like 30 minutes, the pain was so crazy in my knee. I was just standing and starting to crying and I didn't know what to do. It was such a depressing moment. And I eventually went to the hospital and I get back to the same thing, that you have this issue right here, you'll have it your whole life, blah, blah, you know, same narrative.
What did they say it was?
I don't remember, but I've damaged something in the middle of my knee, basically. And they said that I should never recover from it. You know what I did? I said, fuck that. I started losing weight. I was called a complete psychopath in my army, in my, let's say, what is it called?
Regiment?
Platoon. I don't even know what they're called, right? But yeah. So I was called a complete psychopath because it was summer. It was Christmas, okay, and it was Christmas of 2016. And I was sitting in this, we call it Kapsimi. It's basically the entertainment area where you have like a football, like a table football thing. You have like
Table
a snack,
tennis.
table tennis, that kind of shit. You know, when you have nothing to do, everyone just sits there, eats, smokes, whatever. And I was just sitting there and I just feeling like, you know what? I had all these dreams as a kid. I've done nothing. I'm fat. I'm sitting here doing nothing. I'm a complete miserable piece of shit. What am I even doing? And I just stand up. It was cold as shit. And I climbed up like a small, we have like hills. The positioning of like our military base was kind of on a hill, let's say. So I went up the hill. We had like training bases there with like hard surfaces. And I started doing whatever the hell I could imagine workout was. Whether that was some crunches, 5 push-ups, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Started walking a little bit, and you know what? I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna eat tonight. And I started doing that over and over. I would eat like only like very small portions of food every single night. I would go there, I'd do push-ups. In the middle of the night, by the way, it's cold as fuck. I was wearing a balaclava because of how cold it was.
How old was you at this time?
18.
18.
Yeah. So, but I started losing weight like really rapidly. Like 3 months in, I already lost almost 20 kilos. And everyone was looking at me and be like, yo, what the fuck happened? It was so sudden. Nobody understood what happened. Like one day, like my captain was like, wait, are you sick? Did you lose a lot of weight? And at that point, anytime I had free, I would research health things about how your body works, all that stuff when it comes on any free time that I had. So that's how I became a personal trainer, by the way. After I finished the army, I already had all of the knowledge.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I have the knowledge. Might as well go and get a degree.
Yeah.
That was literally so I went to college, I signed up for it, and I got my certification because I already had the knowledge. It was pretty easy. But yeah, in the army, I lost a total of 33, I don't remember. It was 30 something kilos, which in pounds is like almost 70 pounds, close,
Wow.
in a span of 6 months. Because that was on Christmas.
There's so many synergies. I'm the same. I've struggled with my knees. I had chronic tendonitis.
Yeah, and you know what's the best part? Because I did like so many like random exercises, I was like putting small pressure over time.
Yeah.
After 6 months, nothing. Like new wrists, nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was like a miracle. I just like pushed so much myself that my body just fixed itself.
Well, it's a slippery slope, isn't it? Because, you know, you get hurt and then you get miserable and you put weight on, you either eat or you can't be as active as you used to be. So, like, the last few years with, like, my mum's health and me slowing down at football, now I've turned 40, I've realised I put a lot of weight on, which would add pressure to my knees and everything in my back.
Yeah, and the thing is that I quite literally... would also eat way healthier. I would eat tons of fruits, vegetables, like as clean of a meat as possible. I was so locked in. I'm like, you know what? I'll either fix myself or die in here. I don't care. I have nothing to lose anyway. That was quite literally what I was thinking for. I'm hungry, whatever. I don't care. Like
It's
it
that
sounds
survival
brutal.
mechanism,
It sounds very violent, brutal. But
that's what's needed, isn't it?
But I feel that's what's needed to get like that extra. What's even the word for it?
I know what you mean. It's like I read, Ronaldo's story.
Yeah.
And he was a poor kid, and it was a survival mechanism.
Yeah, that's basically.
Or David Beckham, he was ADHD, and he would just constantly do the same thing over and over again.
You cannot do something extraordinary by doing what ordinary people do.
Yeah,
that's basically the saying.
And you don't want to be ordinary. Well, there's nothing ordinary about it.
Well,
you've gone past that now.
There is nothing that I enjoy in an ordinary life. I find it really boring.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like mundane tasks now, like washing up, bores the fuck. Like just a normal task, I can't do it.
Yeah,
I can't do it, and that's not good though, is it? It's not healthy. I mean, I've been single 12 years, 13 years, just because I don't want settle. I don't want to settle. Do you know what I mean? By definition, it's called settling down. It just bores the fuck out of me.
Yeah, no.
I wouldn't be able to do half the crazy shit I do if I did that.
I know, that's exactly the thing.
Just thinking outside the box.
I'm just trying to do big stuff all the time, mostly because I'm bored. And that's where my excitement for life is. The moment I have a goal and I'm looking forward to something, I have excitement for life. I want to live.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. The moment I stop having a goal, because at some points I did stop and I didn't know what to do, it felt so miserable, so depressing. I start putting on weight. I do nothing. I feel miserable about myself. But the moment, I don't care how extraordinary or how insane it may sound to anyone, if I believe enough that I can do it.
Yeah.
No, even now, if you check the stuff that I want to do, you'd call me insane. Like, that shouldn't be possible. But that's the excitement about it. That's what makes it fun. Is that it shouldn't be possible, so I need to do a lot of stuff, and I go through a lot of stuff to get it happen. So, it brings me excitement just thinking about it.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, it brings me excitement just thinking about it.
Mine's like a creative outlet. I've got all these ideas. I mean, I did that picture and I did that picture, and I used to write, stories of monsters versus robots as a kid. As a kid, I used to write stuff about the multiverse, and it wasn't really a thing. And
now all the Hollywood are implementing it.
It's everything, isn't it? And it blows my mind.
It doesn't even matter if it makes sense. Just throw multiverse in for the sake of it.
Yeah. And I remember as a kid where, black holes were fantasy. And then Professor Stephen Hawking discovered them, and now they're a reality. In Star Trek, everybody was like using these Captain's Law, and now mobile phones are a real thing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like tying into the manifestation and like creating your reality, and I love that. And for me, it's just I've just got to be creating. So I've got the mundane job, I can do the job thing, but I just have to keep putting this energy transfer out there. So that's my story.
Yeah.
What's been your most successful? A lot of YouTubers don't want to talk about monetary return values. I mean, you've mentioned it, but what would you say your highest viewed video is? And then there's retention, which I see from this sort of stuff. Do you have a lot of retention all the way through your videos?
Yeah, mostly, yeah. The retention is pretty good. I'm happy with it.
So let's talk about the numbers. What's the biggest viewed video?
So my biggest viewed video is I investigated New York City as a woman.
The New York City one.
With currently around 15 million views. But also keep in mind I have like shorts and stuff. But that video itself, it doesn't have a really great RPM. I would assume it's because of its like more dangerous nature.
Yeah.
But it made me approximately $40,000.
Wow. And is it still making money as well?
Yeah.
So it keeps. So the more success you have, people go back and watch your other videos.
Yeah. That's an interesting fact, because I try to do my videos to be evergreen, not tied to a certain event or not tied to a trend.
Yeah.
Therefore,
time.
Yeah. Therefore, it can be watched at any point and be enjoyed nonetheless. That's one thing I really try to do. And I feel like my videos in that sense are kind of timeless. So I still get tons of views. Basically, my real-time views, the chart with the 48 hours? I never go under 1 million almost.
Wow, fucking hell. It's impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, but I throw all the money back into YouTube anyway.
Yeah,
so-
well, you got to
like,
happen, yeah.
on this UK trip alone, 2 months, I spent more than 40,000.
Wow.
But keep in mind, we're 4 people,
Yeah,
traveling, food, hotel, everything.
Where's the nicest place you've eaten at? Eaten? Where have you eaten?
I don't eat at really nice places. I just eat at anything that could be like relatively quick and healthy-ish. For example, I do eat a lot at Nando's. I get some chicken breast
Yeah.
with like the tomato salad and some mashed potato.
What
I-
sauce?
The
hot?
lemon curd. Yeah, I basically eat that thing every single day.
Oh, really?
Others hate me for eating the same thing every day, but that's how I can keep consistent and know that I have result.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
you're
for-
literally thinking about everything, yeah?
Yeah, for me, it's just I don't even need to think about it. I know that if I eat this at lunchtime and this in afternoon, I'm good in terms of calories, good in terms of like overall macros and nutrients, and I don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
So it's not like, oh, what I'll eat. I'll eat the same goddamn thing every single day. I don't care. So that's one of the things I eat. My other option is basically from tortilla. I just, it's literally rice, some meat,
Yeah.
some, vegetables, and like
Do you
some.
calorie count or not?
No, I don't.
No.
I don't. It's more of a roughly thing. Like,
Educated.
yeah, it's
to
more
know
like
that-
an educated
Yeah.
guess. Like, you know
You put the
that
time
this
in.
amount of food is certainly less than what I need in a day.
Yeah.
Therefore, I'm in a deficit. I'm cool.
Yeah.
That's-
You're not a
that's what I
comfort
care.
eater.
Huh?
A comfort eater. Have you heard that term?
Uh,
So if I have a bad day, I'll go and get a chocolate
yeah,
bar.
that's the thing. That's the thing. I am, but I need to be really emotional in that sense.
Really?
That's the thing.
Do you
is that-
try and
is
control
that-
your emotions? Do you try and switch them off?
A bit. So
Really?
when it does happen, it's bad, but it happens rarely.
Really?
Like it's more of I try to control the emotions as much as possible, so I never do that. But if it does happen, I'll binge it so much. There is a reason that my friends call me bottomless pit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I can eat 4,000 calories just like that, and I can still be eating.
I can do an eating
you need
challenge.
to quite literally take the food away from me.
Would you do an eating challenge?
No, I hate that.
Really?
The fact that I even eat so much, I hate it myself for it.
I don't know how they can do it. Like, where does it go? There's a girl in Birmingham who does an eating challenge, and she'll literally eat these hot dogs. whole.
Yeah, usually what these people do is that they eat only once per week.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I
and
saw
the
that, I read
calorie
that.
average out throughout the rest of the
Yeah.
week.
So it still adds up the same, but it's just a
Yeah,
can't be a
it's-
healthy way.
Yeah,
to
it's
live.
brutal. It's
gonna
brutal.
mess up your
I
body.
wouldn't do it. Yeah.
I was going to ask you about the jab. You know, the fat jab. So now in the UK, you can have an injection, and it takes away your appetite. What's it, Manjaro? It's called and stuff.
I don't know. Like
you-
I have a general rule of thumb.
Yeah.
Anything you can do naturally, never do superficially.
Really?
Yeah. If you can do something
That's good.
naturally, never do it superficially.
Yeah.
If there is no way to do it naturally, sure, go for it, I guess.
How far are you willing to go with your body modifications?
I mean,
As I say, I've touched on with my friends what they do.
as long as I listen, I have like a specific image in my head. Okay.
Oh, you
That-
do?
Yeah, I do have a very
end goal.
Yeah, an end goal. You could say that. I guess I do have a very specific image in my head that it's also that I don't want to share it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. I did the same thing when I got shredded. Okay, when I was when I was fat, and I got an insane body transformation. By the way,
Yeah.
I have a photo of me like doing a 6-month challenge where I would progressively overload to an unreasonable amount. I would increase the load 8% per week.
Fucking hell.
You know how much that is.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give you just so the viewers understand how much that is. My first day was one of the things that I did was 3 sets of 15 club push-ups. Okay, I died on third. That's a total of 45. I died on the last set. I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. In 6 months, you know what that looked like? 10 sets of 25 reps. And
Human
I
body's
could do it
amazing.
just
Yeah.
because I would increase like by 1 rep every single week or something like that, and to the point where I couldn't increase the rep, I would increase the set, and I would do that every single week. But because the amount is actually unreasonable, but I would still good to sleep enough, I would do everything in my power to somehow increase the load. Doesn't matter if I would just need to wait like 30 minutes and then do it again. I would do it no matter what. I would push myself in that sense, so I would get insane results. Like after 6 months, I was shredded as shit.
It's shocking that it's even physically possible to
Yeah,
do
I
that.
know, I know. But the thing is that any person I would tell him that I wanted to do that, they would tell me it's unhealthy. They would tell me it's unreasonable. They would tell me that I'm just struggling myself for no reason. I am torturing myself. But I wanted to do it. That was like, at that point in time, that's how I wanted to look. Okay? So, but because everyone was against it, but once you do it, everyone is like, whoa, that's amazing. How did you do it?
Yeah.
You know, that's what I kind of hate about people very often. That
Oh,
everyone
the
is trying.
pessimists.
Yeah, everyone is
Yeah.
so pessimistic. They're
Negative
trying-
reinforcement,
Yeah,
everything.
they're trying to bring you down. But once you've done it, everyone is like flies on shit, and they're like, "Oh, how did you do it? Teach me."
Yeah. That's what I say to me. I'm never trying to prove anyone wrong because all my naysayers.
So for
it's always
the-
proving
yeah.
me right.
So for this exact reason, I have the same mentality right now. That
Yeah.
I have a specific goal. I don't care how realistic it is. I know I'll get there, but I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
When I get there, sure, I guess.
Yeah. So it's tough to even because I want to ask more questions, but I can't.
Yeah, sure. I get
Does it fall in line with
I'll say nothing.
transforming more? Well, I can still put my questions out there. It just makes me think. Yeah, best not then. I'll best wait and see. I'll best watch this space. Yeah. But yeah, fascinating. As I think we've touched on everything from my point of view. I'll just double check.
Yeah, check the notes.
I did. I wrote some comments of what I saw people say online, what you've done to inspire them. But would it make you feel uncomfortable or not? I don't know.
I don't think it would make me uncomfortable. Do whatever you want.
I'll read one. Before I found people talking openly about this, I thought I was entirely alone. I was so bogged down in shame and confusion that I was ready to just pack it all in and bury this side of myself forever. Hearing someone talk about gender identity and cross-dressing so honestly without the usual sensationalism quite literally saved my life. You show me that I don't have to fit into a neat categorized box to be worthy of respect or happiness. Because of the advice and visibility you provided, I finally stepped out of my front door as my authentic self last weekend. I was terrified, but I did it, and I have you to thank for that courage.
Honestly, yeah. Honestly, that was touching.
Yeah.
Yes, that was really nice. Yeah.
Well, that's why
was touching, yeah.
there's 3 I've wrote down, and I've like
Yeah, that was really touching, honestly.
to say that you've had this.
You know what? You know why it's touching? Because I relate to that to a very crazy level. Basically, I am what the kid me would want to look up to. That's what I'm trying to do.
Oh, that's a great way to look at things.
You know what? Because I never had someone I looked up to,
No, that's a
like
great way to look-
realistically.
yeah.
I never said I want to be like this person.
Yeah.
I never had that, and I always felt alone in that sense. So my goal is to be the person who I would look up to when I was like younger.
Yeah.
And one of the issues that I was facing, as I mentioned earlier, is that I felt alone in the way that I was thinking. I couldn't find anyone to see, am I alone? Am I the only one thinking like that? Am I crazy? And yeah,
Was you living in fear? Was you living
Yeah.
in fear as a kid?
Yeah, so much.
I can't
An
imagine.
unreasonable amount of fear.
Yeah.
To the point where I kind of had to learn to shut off my emotions to a certain degree,
yeah.
just to not cry every day.
But have you managed to pull them back? Have you got your emotions? Because it sounds like I cry at cartoons. I cry at adverts.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, in that sense, yeah. But it was like a defense mechanism because, like, I would cry every single day when I was a kid.
Really?
Every single day.
Yeah.
And the fact that people around me made it so much worse in that sense.
Yeah.
Like, because you also hear that you're a man, stop crying like a little girl, don't be a pussy, you know, all that shit, and you're like an 8-year-old who is basically being beaten to shit, you know. It's
tough to hear that, and I do
yeah.
see it, and I've been in relationships
sucks.
with people who you can see they've got that trauma, but But again, I'll go back to my mum and having such a... I mean, she was a strong woman. And she was like, if I was crying, she'd say, fuck it. If you want to cry, cry. It doesn't matter. You're still going to be the biggest motherfucker, Kyle. So don't worry, cry.
No, that's actually really wholesome.
Yeah. Honestly.
I had the complete opposite.
Yeah. And that's why I
I
love...
had the complete opposite. I had the stop crying like a little girl, you're a man, act like it, you know, it's more like
See,
that.
my mum was a motorbiker and she was a badass woman. But when
Yeah.
it come to becoming a mother, she was a good mum. Do you know what I mean? And then she became a role model. She was a teaching assistant at the school for 40 years. But she could be a badass bitch, but she could still be a provider and a carer.
Yeah.
And I love that. I'm sorry.
That's fine, it's fine.
But
Wow.
again, there was hundreds online.
Oh my God, you made me cry actually. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know, that last bit touched me to the point I'm not used to.
It touched me. That's why I've had to pull them up. Again, there was hundreds.
You know what? Usually, I'm fine with like most of the stuff because I've already revisited that with myself, and you know I made peace with it. But that was one part that I never really, you know, consciously had the conversation with myself. So it was.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry that I've done it
No,
publicly.
it's fine. It's fine.
But again,
It's fine.
there's two more which
You know,
really
for
touched
me that's good. That's now I know that there is something that I didn't visit, which is good.
Yeah.
It's good to know, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one, I spent the first 40 years of my life working in trades. I was absolute the definition of a bloke's bloke. I played sports, drank pints, and completely suppressed that other side of me out of fear. The first time I ever bought a dress, I drove to a shop 3 towns over just to ensure that nobody would recognise me. When I finally got home, I locked the door and I put it on, and the relief was overwhelming. It wasn't about anything explicit. It was just for this profound sense of peace. For the first time, the loud static in my head went quiet. The hardest part wasn't wearing the clothes, but finally giving myself permission to just be soft for a change. And I think that, you know, when you was talking about climbing to that mountain and it wasn't anything specific, it was just
but
peace.
it was nothing. Like
Yeah. And again, that was completely different from the first one, but again, relatable to what you're saying, your story about contentment and peace.
Yeah.
For years, I told myself that my feelings were just a phase, a secret I could manage. I was terrified of losing my family, my friends, my career, if I ever actually admitted that I could be a woman. The turning point came on my 50th birthday. I looked in the mirror and I realised I couldn't live the rest of my life acting a part in a play that I never auditioned for. Transitioning has been the hardest thing I've ever done. The social adjustments, the fear of judgment, but the joy of simply existing without wearing a mask every single day is indescribable to me. I finally recognise the person looking back at me. But it's interesting because the first one I read and the middle one, they don't mention gender or sex, where that one does. So again, it's a spectrum.
Yeah, it's a spectrum, and each person has their own definition
their own
of
story.
peace.
Yeah. And I just think it's magnificent. And like I said, you are an inspiration. That's how I started the podcast, because I'll see these messages. I'm like you, I'm a watcher, and I try and see everything. Yeah. And at the core, you're doing fun stuff, but it means so much to people. And I think that's wonderful. But again, there's loads. There's loads and loads and loads. Yeah. But sorry that I got you emotional.
No, it's good. It's good. I'm actually happy you did, because, as I said, I really like learning more about myself.
Yeah.
And that was something that I learned more. Like, I never really spoke with myself about it.
Yeah.
In that sense, because most of the stuff I did revisit to kind of try and, you know, the same thing that I like to do to others, to kind of psychologically analyze them.
Yeah.
I'll have to do that to myself even more.
So I get it.
Finding something that I haven't thought of, like, be revisiting, is actually quite interesting for me.
How I see is you're like on a steam train going at 100 miles an hour and there's no stopping you. And I know that you're going to get to your destination, whatever your destination is. With me, I'll try and like evaluate every step of the way. And why did I do this? Why did I say this? Everything I try and say, I try and evaluate. But you're just full steam ahead, and I love that. It's fantastic. But honestly, thanks for your time. It's been an absolute blessing.
Pleasure, yeah.
As I say, when I do this, it's like cathartic for me, and it's this energy transfer, and it's been so good. So thank you very much. I'm sure everybody knows you anyway, but do you want to plug your channels just in case?
Yeah, VLAD Ncl pretty much almost everywhere.
Yeah, I am Kyle Perry. This is the Pezzadox Show. Thank you very much for joining us. Please like, follow, subscribe, ring that bell, all that good stuff. And thank you very much. And join us again next time. Peace.